how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's doing extraordinarily well. So, get up to much this weekend? So I did tell a couple of fibs. Let's just get that out of the way. Last weekend, or the weekend just gone, be honest, I don't entirely know what day it is at the moment. I was invited to Seattle to visit Undead Labs. We had a tour, we played the game, and let's get the most important thing out of the way, because I know it's going to be the number one question. Yes, I recorded gameplay. Yes, there will be a gameplay video posted to this channel very, very soon. As of, I don't have an exact date when. I have the footage. It's on my computer. I'm starting editing it tomorrow. Whenever it's done, admittedly, they do need to watch it and give it the all clear. It will be up. So I'm within the next week, I hope it should be posted. Just bear that in mind. Unless there's any delays, whatever. Gameplay of State of Decay 3 within the next week. I played a multiplayer session with Brian Menard, if you didn't know. And it was, we played for about maybe 3 or 4 hours. And it was actually a really good session. It's going to make a really good video as well. So I was a little bit nervous about the quality of the footage because of I wasn't recording on my system. Obviously, I was recording on one of theirs, and I didn't set up. Even though I did admittedly bring my webcam and my microphone, I didn't set anything up because I didn't think we had as much time as we did have. And yeah, effectively, I should have set it up. But look, I've just watched back some of the footage today. It looks good. It sounds good. It's gonna make a good video. That's all. That's all. I can say about that at the moment. What is everybody going on in chat? Hello Vader. Hello M. Hello Forbidden Grotto. Overfed. Hello. Hello Dougie. The game isn't out yet. How is there a State of Decay 3 tag? Because Twitch just does what Twitch does. Oh, hello. Thank you. I don't know what happened there. We had a... Well, I don't have alerts on this. What if I can change that? Right. Let me see if I can copy... and then... Paste. Ah, there we go. Fantastic. That works. Thank you, Elusive, for becoming a member for 35 months. Can I move that over a bit? There we go. I think, just to fit it in the gap. You can follow my socials. I posted a vlog earlier. I'm not a vlogger, but there we go. I did a travel vlog of the travel, fit weirdly, to Seattle. I travelled last Thursday. We'll get into that anyway in a minute. There's people I haven't even said hello to. How is everybody doing? I haven't said hello to YouTube. Hello, Monkey fans. Hello, Stelman. Hello, Christian. Jimmy Boy. Greasy. Two-Tone. Ready. Hello. Hello, Teddy. Elusive, hello. Oh, hang on, what's Elusive said on this thing? I reckon we get the State of Decay 3 vid before my 3 years sub. Yes, I do. Travel vlogger, unsub. I know, I'm sorry, alright? It was posted as a short, to be fair, but it's a pretty cool video, I quite liked it. Who else is in the YouTube chat? Who did I miss? Talk about timing. I just finished watching your reaction to the latest trailer. Oh, that's cool. Happy days. Oh, Susio. Hello. Hope you used the American accent while in the US. Well, thank you for the super chat. And I didn't quite, not all the time anyway, because I don't want to insult people. Mainly I don't want to get shot. Do you know what I mean? Hello Rigby. Hello Happy Growls. Biggs. Hello. From Kifidi Boyo. Hello, Kifidi Boyo. How's it going, bat? Jay, you playing State of Decay 3? I have been playing State of Decay 3 for the past year. I'm part of the player council. Yes, so we've been playing, giving feedback on the game, telling them, this works, this doesn't, etc. And yeah, they're very receptive to feedback. So when I post the gameplay video, because if you are just coming in and you've missed it, I recorded. It's about 3 hours. Have I got my computer? No. It's about it's over 4 hours, but there's lots of stuff that are where I'm like pop to the toilet or something. You know what I mean? Stuff like it's just gonna get cut out. So I think it's probably closer to maybe 3 hours of gameplay. And there are things that I can't include in the gameplay. There is some stuff that need to be cut out and things because let's be honest, it's still a work in progress. It is a new, very early alpha. So yeah, if there's going to be things that it's not going to be the complete game. Is the short answer there? Do you know what I mean? Hey, McLovin. Hello. The feral looks fucking terrifying. Prefer the old feral. They were actually fucking. They look like an actual fucking crackhead. The feral is terrifying. I can tell you that for a fact. And I fought a feral in the gameplay video. In fact, I also fought a juggernaut. Yes. So there we go. Are you able to play State of Decay 3 on stream or talk about it? I can't play it. I can talk about it. Obviously, I am under NDA, so there are certain things we can't talk about. But if you have any questions, feel free to spam in the chat. The general goal today is to talk about this past weekend, go through the events, because it was a very eventful weekend. It was good fun. And we'll rewatch the trailer, because I haven't watched it. I've been very busy, to be fair. I travelled for fucking 20 hours there, 20 hours back. Yeah, it's cool. Do you think they're gonna add Trumbull Valley in the next game? If they do, I hope it's like years and years down the line, because I do not want Trumbull Valley at launch. No, thank you. Right. Anyway. Did you co-op and with who? Yes, I did. I co-opted with Brian Menard. So yes, and we exposed the wrong word. We showed off all of the facts, because you know what? One question I got so often, and I'm getting fed up of fucking answering it, is about co-op. No, there is no tether system. I could be on one end of the map, he could be on the other end of the fucking map, and if we need help, I've got to travel the fucking distance, because the map is fucking huge. And bear in mind, I've only seen a very small portion of it. All the alpha players, if you are in the alpha, don't reveal yourself, I suppose you don't want to, I don't know. Effectively, we've got sort of about half of the playable map. Half of the, yeah, roughly. Your lads didn't play with Sonny. Sonny was there, but Sonny was making his video, which actually went live earlier today, I think. Let me have a look. 1 second. I watched it today, or did it go live yesterday? Sonny Gibbs. Yeah, so Sonny posted his video yesterday. Everything hidden in the State of Decay 3 trailer. I can't fucking speak. Honest to God. I'll be honest, I have no idea what day it is. It's Wednesday, I think. It is Wednesday. Oh, what a crazy time. Crazy. Yeah, so Sonny was recording his stuff to get sent off to his editor, so he could, get the video up quick enough. No more tether, at least huge. Exactly. No tether system. It's amazing. Hey, Shiz. Is Seattle bad? I've never been. It looked great to me. Do you know what I mean? I had a great time. Smash or pass the screamer. I'm going to pass on that one, but you do you. Do you know what I mean? No judgment from me. Actually, there's a lot of silent judgment, but I won't judge you out loud. That's the main thing. Do you think Red Talon is going to be in the next game? Oh, I have no idea. Not a clue. Ultimately, I don't actually know any story beats. I've just been playing pure gameplay, if that makes sense. And to be fair, that's kind of what I prefer. You know what I mean? I want to experience the storytelling element, even though it isn't a linear story game, if that makes sense. I want to experience that fresh. So yeah. Is the co-op now an option to live and base together, or each have their own base and community? So you'll be living and basing together, but you can have more than one base. And effectively, you could, in theory, I think, have your base and they have their base, but your resources would be shared, I believe. I think. Get them slapped on. Yes, elusive. Whack a like on it for me, chat. Much appreciated. I hope you have planned a co-op with your wifey. Absolutely. Admittedly, that probably won't be until the game is out, so don't get too excited about that. Did you manage to take down a nest? Well, I'm going to leave that for the video. Let's just say that. How many community slots do we get? Well, that's one I don't know. I know what we have on the alpha, but that could be completely different on launch game. I don't honestly, I have no idea. Yeah, not a clue. A much higher survivor cap as well. There is a higher survivor cap. I don't believe they've revealed what the exact number is. But you can have up to 3 bases. I'm sure multiple of you have a maths ability or a calculator. You can do some maths in your head, and you can work out how many people roughly Sydney zombies in Seattle. There's a few fentanyls sort of wander around. I'm not gonna lie, that was interesting. Homeless in America are very different to the homeless over here. Do you know what I mean? Do you like the new camp fighting system? I do. The combat is incredible. It's very, very good. Yeah, I'll explain more in the video, but trust me, combat very, very good. Camping. I don't know anything about camping. How's the vehicles? Oh, are they better than State of Decay 2? Yes, they are. Yes. No, like they feel like an actual vehicle rather than just, you know, something that could just take off at any minute. Name of the map. I don't actually know. And also, I've answered a lot of questions. We haven't done anything yet. Jesus. One thing I should mention, there is an elephant in the room. Yes, I have had some tattoo. I have a tattoo now. It's a full sleeve of Brant Fitzgerald's face, one of the developers. So, yeah, it was the cost of entry. And they were like, look, you can either have our guy tattooed on your face, or you ain't coming in. And I was like, fucking hell, you know what? Like, really? It can't be, you know, I'll sleep with a $5 or something. There. Nope, get tatted or you ain't coming in. So I was like, fuck it. All right, okay. So we sat there for like, I don't know, 17 hours. Kills like a bitch. But yeah, got the artwork done. Do you know what I mean? I'm also wearing a Bronto Gas t-shirt. So we are now part of the Bronto Gas Massive. Fuck Spy Royal with everything we got. And I will be nuking them in the next gameplay video. I do, possibly. I don't know. To be honest, Jay, you had the face on your ass cheeks too, didn't you? Yeah, that one wasn't. That was just purely optional. I was like, yeah, just one on each cheek. You know what I mean? Tattoo sleeve. Would you a tattoo sleeve? Not sleeve, my friend. This is 100% real. Look, you can see the blood. Why do you think it's so orange? Huh? Joe, hello. How's it going? Any major glitches or concerns? Yeah, the game is in alpha. It's full of bugs and glitches. But, you know, it's still plenty of time to be worked on. Their way of telling you who's boss. Exactly. You do good. I'm great, mate. I'm great. How's things? You should do the only knife challenge. What, in State of Decay 2 or 3? Because I did it in 2. Right. I do also have... we had a goodie bag. It's got my name engraved on it. Do you see that? There we go. So there's a few other bits in here to show off. It's basically stickers. Because they give us like snacks and water and stuff. But let's be honest, they're gone. They were gone within the first few hours or days. You know what I mean? I have State of Decay 3 sticker. Stickers of Brant's face. It's literally the face of State of Decay 3. And there we go. Cool. There's a lot of like stickers and stuff. I won't go into all of them because like it's gonna bore you. But like Bronto Gas, we're part of the Bronto Gas Massive. Waffle Depot. Oh fuck. Was it Swine and Bovine? S&B. Washington. I do something cool with these. I don't know what yet, but I will definitely be doing something cool. Right. So, what do you want to do? Should we watch the trailer first, and then we'll get into like the what happened this weekend? What do you think? Stop showing off. Sorry, Joe. Colin, how's it going? Sorry, man. Sorry. Is Luton still hold Y? That's such a niche question. I can't remember. Do you know, like, when you play a game, I couldn't tell you what half the buttons are other than aim and shoot, because that's, like, left trigger, right trigger. But it just comes naturally. The control system is a little bit different. For example, those of you in the alpha probably figured out pretty quickly that the button that you'd use to open the door is now the button to jump out of the door. But besides that, I don't think we won't get into too much of button playthroughs, because, like, let's be honest, that could very easily change before the game comes out. Is there as much loot on the map as in State of Decay 2 Lethal? Well, look, stuff like that is not even worth talking about because that's something that's constantly in flux. Do you know what I mean? In between builds, it's very different from, like, the build I'm currently playing. Oh, I haven't actually played much because I've been busy editing and stuff. But the current build is very different to the previous build, and that'll be very different to the next build, if that makes sense. So it's all being worked on and ironing out the details, if that makes sense. Jay, you still going to use me as cannon fodder? Yes, Joe, I will 100% be using you as cannon fodder, except we will be have to share the community. So yeah, you will absolutely be being used as cannon fodder, but it will actually cost me something as well. It's so cool. I can't wait to play multiplayer with some peeps. It's gonna be cool. Did you visit the places in the trailer? No. As in, like, real life? No. We're gonna get more alpha gameplay after this first video. Good question. I don't know the answer. I hope so. Hope there'll be more than one gameplay video posted this year. Fingers crossed. But I don't know for certain. Priscilla, hello. How'd you like America? What was your first time? Was that your first time visit? It was my first time visiting. I had a great time. Yeah, it was great. You guys really need some better PR because everyone I met was fucking lovely. Do you know what I mean? And everyone else across the pond thinks you're a bunch of nutters. Yeah, everyone was lush. Lush? Lovely. That sounds weird. Everyone was great. Thank you very much for the tier 1. For 17 months. Jesus Christ. Saint J, please bless my gameplay. Blessings and whatever else. I'm loving State of Decay 3 news, but every piece makes me more impatient. I get that. But ultimately, it's because... Honesty! Thank you very much for the 10 months. What a bloody hero. Oh my god. I bet Lily Ritter is still alive. Honestly, no idea. God, what was I saying? I don't know. Oh my god. Can you tell us anything about looting? Is it similar to State of Decay 2, or is there anything new to it, like larger bag sizes or looting? I mean, you'll see in the video, so it's not going to be... There's not going to be a lot... it's not going to be revealed too much, right? Like, there's a new element to looting, which is really cool, but it's not something you've come across on every loot session, on every loot in container, if that makes sense. It's still like, you know, you find a container, search a container, grab your shit, that kind of thing. Did you eat a gas station burrito? No, I didn't see a single gas station, actually. I was in the, like, I don't know if I can say where I stayed. I don't know. I didn't put it in the vlog. I was supposed to record I was going to do a hotel tour, and I fucking never did because I arrived at about, it's probably 5:30, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, evening, whatever you want to say. And oh shit! Thank you for the. How many gifted? Thank you, Becca. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Jesus Christ. What a hero. What was I saying? I have no idea where. Oh yes. I arrived to the hotel at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Fucked. I'd been awake for about 26, 27 hours at that point because I flew out from Cardiff International Airport, the best airport in the world because it's Welsh. Let's get that right. Quick hour and a bit flight to Amsterdam. Hang out in Amsterdam for a couple of hours. I think it was like 3 hours. And then it was another 10 hours. Actually, it was a little bit longer. I think it was like 10, 15, 10, 20 hours. Over the pond, straight to Seattle. Get off the plane. Fucking queue border control for fucking over an hour. Fucking craziness. Okay, honestly, America, you need to learn how to queue. Because you do not know how to queue. That's the one thing, that was the first thing I figured quite quickly. And I also figured that on the way out when I was back in the airport coming home. Because, fucking hell, I have never experienced an airport like that. I was fucking mental. I know I'm moaning a lot about airports right now, but fucking hell. I get out, this is, okay, I'm a bit all over the place with the story. But on the way home, airport, you Uber from the hotel to the airport. It was only like 20-minute drive, really quiet, nice and chill, blah blah. Get to the airport. All of a sudden, I'm in 3 lanes of traffic, and I'm like, what the fucking hell is going on? My guy, my Uber driver, he's in the left lane. He has to pull over, bang, 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 all the way over, drops me off. I'm like, great, okay, cool. I get out. And there's people fucking everywhere. I'm like, what the fucking shit is going on? So, I go through the doors, and again, there's fucking even more people everywhere. And I'm like, oh, where the fuck is the check-in desk? There is no check-in desk. Most people check it on their phone, but they wouldn't let me check it on my phone, so I've got to speak to some twat. Anyway, I know I'm all over the place, but there was basically a bunch of, like check-in desk scanner things, but you got to scan your boarding pass to get through. I won't bore you with the details, but that is a manic airport. I don't know if every airport in America is like that, or if it's just Seattle, but that was crazy. Oh my god. When State of Decay 3 comes out, are you still going to play State of Decay 2 or no? I very much doubt I'll be playing State of Decay 2 when State of Decay 3 comes out, but you never know. It could be a once a year kind of thing. We go back and revisit it. We'll see. Are you Unk status? I have no idea what that's supposed to mean, so I'm guessing probably. Remember the hardest difficulty, Jay. Hardest difficulty. No, man, I'm playing on green. I like my green difficulty. Where's his shout out for being your taxi? Yeah, shout out my father-in-law. How was the trip? Trip was good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Who do you think you're talking to? This is the King of Lethal, right? I don't know about King. All right. You didn't volunteer for the cavity search. Honestly, the way that guy was looking at me, I think he wanted to spread them cheeks. And there's no judgment, but like, you know what I mean? Did you get a character? No, I did not. Chat, we need to stop this, right? And Vader, you've been messaging me, I know, to ask me the same shit. No. That's in a completely different state. Yes. The 72 black play cards would disagree with you, brother. Okay, fair enough. Yes, I did defeat 72 black play cards. But I did use red talent characters for the vast majority of it, you know? Do the freaks just surround the map on higher difficulties like in State of Decay 2? That's all being actively worked on. So the state of what it is right now versus where it'll be in the future is going to be completely different. So it's not really a lot we can say. Personally, I'm at the feeling, and this is part of the feedback that I've given, is I want... in Plague Zone, there should be plenty of freaks, and they should be actively looking to hurt you. But if you're not in Plague Zone, I think freaks should be quite rare, and I think mainly it should just be regular zombies you have to deal with, and you only get the freaks when you actively going into the zones to fight there. That's what I'm saying anyway. You know what I mean? I'd also like for like spawn systems to be a bit different in terms of you go into an area, it's quite heavy on the zombies, bang, 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 kill them all, and they stays clear for, so obviously you can't keep it clear forever because otherwise you're going to get bored, you know what I mean? But the idea of just being able to clear an area and then you can explore it safely for the next hour or two, perfect, you know? Personally hoping for more dynamics between base characters like actually, yeah, I'm hoping so too. Absolutely. Unless you're on Tinder, freaks everywhere. Hey, listen, I've never been on Tinder, and thank fuck for that. Do you know what I mean? Right, I think we need to watch the trailer because I am just chatting drivel right now. We need to get into some actual content. Okay, so I have a couple of things up here. We have the oh, fucking Edge, no, go away. We have the Xbox Wire thing, which we'll be reading and going through, because I haven't actually read this yet. So we'll be seeing what's going on. And then there is also supposed to be, there's going to be a podcast posted today. It's not out yet. What is the date today? Is it the 10th? No, it can't be the 10th. It is the 10th. Oh, it is the 10th. Okay. So there might, maybe there is an episode. There might be a podcast posted. I don't know if I've leaked that. It's out today though, so if I have leaked it, I haven't leaked it that quickly. Jay, do you see there's a cult game, by the way? Are you going to play that? Yeah, I actually missed that in the showcase, but I have watched the trailer since, and that was actually a lot of fun. Basically, I recorded my reaction. I was like, right, I need to go and edit. I was trying to edit this, and I couldn't edit it in this. Yeah, so I disappeared to go edit. But yeah, it's cool. You should try beat Lethal Zone with no weapons, and every zombie's a freak. How are you going to do that with no weapons? She says, "Oh my god, it's Sir Coconut Kid. Where's Coconut? Where's Coconut Kid? Oh, there he is. Hello. How's it going, man? That's an understatement. That's that? Jay getting his ass handed to him in State of Decay 3. Oh yeah, absolutely. I am getting my ass handed to me. Absolutely. Hey, Sonny, how's it going? This is what happens when I watch the mods and other creators breaking NDAs left and right. I haven't broken any NDA, have I? Did I break an NDA? I don't know. Am I in trouble? I don't think so. Maybe. Be honest, was that you from the molly above in the trailer, wasn't it? No, but how cool does the fire look? Right, let's get into this. Also, shout out Sunny, by the way. He's got his video here. I watched it earlier. Did anyone respond to my I left a comment. Ah, you fuckers. Nobody responded to it. Go and like it. Get it higher. Full raw gameplay. I wonder where that'll be posted. Yeah. Right, what was I doing? Trailer. It's also coming to PlayStation. You might be able to see, but we're gonna watch the Xbox. You know what? Actually, no, we're not. We're gonna actually watch. Where's the Undead Labs version? Come on. Where's the Undead Labs version? IGN. Fuck IGN. There we go. State of Decay. I can see why everyone else has more views. To be fair, because that is a dog ass thumbnail. That is such a better thumbnail. That's a great thumbnail, actually. Right. Oh, hang on. I can't watch this because I'm going to get fucking copyright striked. Ooh, that's a question there. I mean, I haven't been copyright striked so far, to be fair, and I posted a reaction to the thingy. Maybe I'll just turn it down just really low. Nobody will be able to hear it. Maybe we just watch it on mute. You know what I mean? We don't need to, you know? Got about. No worries, man. No worries. The lighting is one of the best things I'm excited for. Oh, the lighting's cool. Do you play online with randoms, or does anyone recognize you? I never get recognized anyway. Nowhere. I come to J Talbot for State of Decay news. That is bizarre, because I never post any news. I just post gameplay shit. Brian muted the music. Yeah, I seen that. To be on my reaction video, Brian was in it. Brian was sat right next to me. Right, anyway, let's watch the trailer. It's gonna be. Oh, it is muted. Yeah, we'll mute it. We'll mute it. We'll keep the subtitles. So we start off stereo, and you got a little stringy winding up, going do 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 do. What's going on? And it's slowly revealed there's a grenade duct taped to the side of a radio. Oh, and once the spinny goes all the way off, the pin pops, and it's gonna go boom. Zombies being teased in by the music. Bum, 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 bum. String running low. Da, 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 da. Undead lips. Bum, 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 bum. There's a beard. It's revealed, and it's grey. Does that mean we're going to have older and younger characters? Who knows? What did he say now? I haven't said anything. I haven't. I don't think. Have I said anything? I don't think. Oh, fucking hell. You get me paranoid now, like I've said something I shouldn't. I don't think I have. Kind of surprised that it downs the juggy boy. Hey, in my experience, they don't go down that easy. That's all I'm going to say. Yes. Grey beards. Quiet moan. Shots of the town. I'm not too sure which town this is. It's probably one of the towns we've been exploring. The towns look great. This by here is in a plague nest. This little bastard by here is a blister. Now, blisters, you can kind of work out a blister. You don't want to walk into it. It's going to fuck you up. Hey, Cheese Demon, how's it going? Hoping for some fat, skinny survivors. I don't know, personally. Is there going to be any fat survivors in Zombie Apocalypse? I don't know. It's Old J. Old J was a completely different race. You say that's me? Hey, look, he's a handsome fucker. Don't get me wrong. But, That's not me, my friend. There was fat survivors in The Walking Dead. Was there? Was there? I can think of the one girl in season, at Alexandria, but she was sat behind walls and they had like plenty of food. Eugene was Eugene fat? I don't know. I suppose maybe. In what difficulty does the jug die to 3 frags? What, in State of Decay 2? I have no idea. Typical looking Welshman. Eugene. Is Eugene? I don't know. Okay. If you're saying Eugene's fat, Eugene's fat. Fair enough. Right. So, hang on. We need to go back a little bit. Where's this? Oh, I've gone too far. Ignore that. That's fine. So, we got the towns. Town's looking sick. Blah, blah, blah. Blister. We've said stuff about Blister. This thing. Oh, my God. Fucking. How do I... There we go. This looks like... You might be looking at it going, that looks like a fucking play card, mate. What the fuck? That is not a play card. That is a weak point for the nest. Dun, 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 dun. Another shot of the town. Look how beautiful that is. Also, one thing worth mentioning, and something that they wanted to make sure is very apparent, is everything you're seeing here was rendered in-game. So even though you got all these cinematic shots, this is all gameplay. Okay? They change the angles and stuff to make it look fancy. This is recorded in gameplay. There's actually quite a few bugs in the trailer, which they pointed out, funnily enough. And we might be able to go through them in a bit, see if we want to have a laugh. Can we see Mr. Talbot oiled up? Only on OnlyFans. We've been through this. Damn, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. It looks sick. It does look sick. So, inside of a building, sort of place you go in. General sort of thing. Lots of buildings are been scavenged. Some buildings have more stuff in than others. Also, this stuff is a work in progress. So, yeah. I know this town because I've definitely been in these buildings. Welcome Sandstone Quarry Park. Yeah, this is where the Alpha 1 gameplay's been started. Trains off the rails. Zombies running towards the grenade. And Jug Cheeks. Look at that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But you can say it. You can think it if you want to. Do you know what I mean? And boom, straight to his knees. That has never happened to me, by the way. I've never dropped a jug that quick. I don't know what difficulty this was recorded on. Straight into the nest. Oh my God, look at this. It's plague everywhere. This is so dangerous. That's another weak point. Oh my God. That's a fucking cool shot. Look at all the fucking... Ooh. Smash or pass, Jay. What, the Juggernaut? Hey, you ain't gonna have a choice, mate. He's gonna smash you. You know what I mean? There we go, command center. This is one of the bases. I haven't spent a lot of time in this base, and I personally think this is probably my least favorite base I've actually played in. Maybe it was just the location, and to be fair, I've only been. It was like a couple of builds ago. You started off at this base. I wasn't a big fan of it. But again, I think it was more the location of the base rather than anything else. But yeah, run animations is silly. Well, this is just a jogging animation. That's not sprint. Weapons, scars on characters' faces. Do you see that? Car. That is a cool car. To be fair, back in the. So what they do in here, they're telling a narrative. Yeah, you've got one guy who's headed out and he's gone scouting. He's gone, oh my God, I've run into a nest. What the hell's going on? He's raided his boys back at base, and they're like, oh, but fucking come and sort this out. Fucking come on. 3 of them bang in the car. Boom, we're going to go get you. We're going to take it out together. Rain. Weather confirmed. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's raining. Red Talon skin. Of the... Is that the Red Talon skin? Oh, you know what? I think you are right. And do I want to give a spoiler alert for the video? My video I got coming out. Wait, I really should have pressed J rather than... Alright, let me just go... Right. Is that a Red Talon skin? Oh, yes, it is the red Talon skin. Oh, cool. You might see that more of this vehicle in a video coming soon. That's what I'm going to say. Hope the rain changes gameplay. I hope so too. Jay cannot talk about the looting system. Hasn't been revealed. Yeah, do you know what I mean? We can talk about some stuff, but like not as like, you know, I don't want to get in trouble here. Is there any new maps they added? What, in State of Decay 2 or 3? I don't know what you mean there, my friend. Right, anyway. So, where were we? Boom, nice drift in the rain. Zombies, bam, smash them. Pure over the fucking shoulder gameplay. That was cool. Sneaking in, Mr. Greybeard. He's like, hey, what's going on? We gotta kill these motherfuckers. Feral! Now, these things are genuinely terrifying, and they're tuned up to fucking 11 right now. Honestly, they're genuinely terrifying. I've never seen this bit, to be fair. The bit which goes like on his head. I've never seen that in gameplay. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on it, though. Especially when I watch back the footage I've recorded, because I do take on a feral. No spoilers on how that goes. You might be able to work it out. Yes, but you can't. Have they said anything about boons? No. They haven't said anything. Do you hold weapons rather than putting them away in State of Decay 3? You can, actually. Yes. Ferals look like monsters from the Quiet Movie. I mean, I've never seen it, but I guess that's the kind of thing I'd expect from the Quiet Movie, if that makes sense. I don't know. But look at it. It's fucking scary as fuck. Lots of zombies. There is so many zombies will come at you. Like, it. You know when you've got a horde come after you in State of Decay 2? That's nothing. Like, and these guys, they feel weighty. Whereas in State of Decay 2, do you know what I mean? You just whack them and they fucking fly over that way. These guys are this like actual hordes. It's great. So this is the team all meeting up. They gotta go save Mr. Greybeard. Boom. Fuck. Bam. 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 Shoot them. Shotguns. Sick. Shotguns are great. Look at that. Dismemberment. Fucking boof off of that. Oof. Love it. Love it. Gunplay. Nice and simple. Bloater. Lots of people are very happy about the bloaters. Also, they've just walked through a big cloud, and now they're going to be partially infected. Do you know what I mean? Come on, guys. You've been living in the apocalypse for ages. Now you fucking, you know, play it smarter. Bloater. He's now a spitter as well as a popper. You know what I mean? And that stuff is brutal. It is brutal. Look at that. It's such a cool shot. And then he runs at you, trying to fucking kill you. Killing all the weak points, and now that is exposed. You've got big fucking hordes coming from above. Boom, boom, boom. Sick. Boom. Kill all the weak points. That's what they did. Oh, got bit, and then this is the big boy, and they've done it. Silence. Boom, 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 boom. Zoom over. Over the top. Look at the beautifulness at State of Decay 3. And it is officially come in to PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC. How sick is that? It's pretty sick, right? Oh, God. Yes, it's a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. I think my laptop will burn down playing this game. Look, I don't know what the specs will be, but with the current version, obviously they've got optimization to do. But yeah, it takes a lot. Bloater can spit. Well, you've just seen it on the thing. Game Pass day 1. It does say that, right? I hope so, because I have, yes, Game Pass. There we go. Because I've been telling people it's on Game Pass, so I'm glad that's the case. You throw that molly from above, but I can't prove it. Look, a few people said that, actually. No, I was not involved in making of this trailer in any way. I just react to stuff, because that's easier content. Where's State of Decay 2 on PS5? I don't think that's going to be happening. Looks like there was a new Xbox deep dive video drop, Jay. Oh, was there? Apparently my internet's... Oh. Coconut, where's that? I haven't read through this at all yet. Actually, no. I should talk about this weekend. I haven't really talked about this weekend at all. We'll come back to that. Right, let's go back to... I'm all over the place. You might be able to tell. I'm still fucked. Like I said, I don't know what day it is. I had like 20 hours of traveling last Thursday, and somehow, right, I left on Thursday at like about 9:45, the flight was, and then arrived after traveling 20 hours at 4:45 in the afternoon. How that works out, I don't know. But yeah, it was a bit different. Yes, coming home. I was supposed to leave Friday, Monday, 2:00. The flight was delayed. It was a fucker. About 3 hours roughly, and then I got back. But luckily, it didn't affect my connection because I had a long connection in Amsterdam, so it was fine. I didn't miss that. And then I got home yesterday, Tuesday evening. I think I got home about 6, 7 o'clock at night. Fucking kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Right. What was I saying? Right. What was it? Yes. So I flew out a little bit earlier than everybody else because I was coming further. So on the Friday, I woke up and I was all alone. So what was I going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go fucking explore the city. 7 o'clock in the morning. I was out and about with my little bag on, going for a wander. I was like, right, I'm going to walk to Pike Place Market because I know that's like kind of a big touristy thing. I was like, I'm going to go have a look, see what's happening. I walk out. I'm like, oh my god, I'm walking around in America. This is fucking mad. It is kind of crazy. Then I walked to the waterfront and just basically followed the road all the way up until we got to the market. It was quite cool, nice walk. Come up to the market, explored the market. A lot of steps to get there, I'll be honest, from the place that I entered. There's a lot of steps. Although the only thing I would say is, as I got there, they were still like setting everything up, and so I was like, okay, I'll pop back later. I popped back later. It was then, bear in mind the difference from when I was there and it was dead and they were still setting up to like maybe an hour to hour and a half later. It was manic. I was like, oh, I can't be asked for this shit. Do you know what I mean? Ugh. What did you do in Amsterdam to kill the time while you waited? I just waited in the airport. Like I'd planned because on the way out, it was like 3 hours. I'm like, well, I'm not going to leave the airport for 3 hours. On the way back, I was originally supposed to have an 8-hour overlay, and I was planning on just like getting a train into like Amsterdam and just having a little explore because I've never been into the town. So I thought, oh, that'd be quite cool. But because the delay, it meant I only had like 5 hours, and I was like, 5 hours isn't really enough time to do anything. So I just stayed in the airport and just scrolled TikTok at a McDonald's. Yeah. At least Seattle is a walkable city. The places I usually go actively hate pedestrians. I was surprised by that. It was very walkable. Like learning to cross the road in a foreign country, I didn't realize was going to be so hard. How mental is that? It's a mental thing to think. It's not something you think of, really, is it? Like you come up to a crosswalk, and if there was no things, I think the traffic was supposed to stop just to let you cross. But I didn't know that because they looked exactly the same as the other ones with the lights. And some of them, you would press a button and away it did. And I tell you one thing, they don't give you a lot of time to cross those massive ass roads. Fucking hell. It's like, Jesus Christ, countdown's on. Boom. Get fucking sprinting, boy. What do they call a quarter pounder in Amsterdam? You wouldn't believe it. They call it a quarter pounder. I know, it's crazy. Do the intro. Alright, but how's it going? Alright, but how's it going? You alright? I can't believe we just turned into like commissions. It's not commission, you know what I mean. Anyway, so Friday, I do all that. I did literally about 15,000 steps before 10 o'clock. I think it's kind of crazy. I settled on some lunch/breakfast brunch, shall we say, in a bar around the corner from the stadium. I had they called it a Kraken dog, which was a twist on the Seattle dog. And I was like, if I'm going to Seattle, I want to fucking try a Seattle dog, which is a hot dog with onions, jalapenos, and cream cheese. But quite nice. It was very nice. But I would have put less cream cheese in, personally, because it was all of the plate at the end. It was lovely. Couple of pints. Then I decided, right, I'm going to need my energy because, I didn't sleep very well. I'm going to go and have a nap. I didn't really have a nap. I just laid in bed, scrolling and watching shit. But hey, after that, I went to the bar to wait for the other council members to arrive. I met some developers. I don't know, they might not want to be named, so we'll keep everybody silent. silent. Oh God, nameless, should we say? Had a pint at the bar, waiting for people to turn up. Met a couple of council members who did turn up, and then we went upstairs for. There was a rooftop bar, and where they had booked for happy hour drinks. Now you might think happy hour. It's an hour. Do you know what I mean? Maybe if they're feeling fruity, maybe 2. Oh no, man. Oh no. This happy hour went from the time the bar opened, which was, I want to say 5 o'clock, I want to say, to the point they were kicking us out at 11, half 11. It was mad. It was crazy. Fucking shout out to that waitress, by the way, because she come around, took all our orders. I had a beer. I had no idea why any of the brands were very different to over here. I was like, yeah, I'll have the hazy IPA, please. Thank you. Boom. She brought it over. I'm like, this is nice. Every time that fucking pint hit 0, I put it down. Would you like another, sir? Yes, please, I will. Honestly, there were large periods of that night I do not remember. Thankfully, the other council members have assured me I did make a tit of myself. So I'm quite glad about that. Although apparently, according to Sonny, there was some elderly women who were looking at me, in his own words, like I was a snack. Yes, I do not remember I do not remember that interaction at all. But they liked the accent, apparently, and they were getting me to say words, and they were copying my accent. You are a snack. You're too kind, my friend. You're too kind. What happened then? So I wake up. Surprisingly quite early. I was like, right, if I get drunk, I'll sleep, and then I'll be good tomorrow. No, I still didn't sleep very well. I struggled with sleep a lot on the thing. Saturday, we had a tour of the studio, and we did a small bit of gameplay. It was a lot of like we were having a chat and catching up and stuff. That was really cool. Then we went out for dinner in the evening. Fancy ass place as well, by the way. Sunday we went there to watch the trailer, the showcase, and recorded some content. And yeah, that was when I recorded the gameplay with Brian. And the reaction, I suppose. Anything else? I went to bed after that because the Saturday was a worst night's sleep. I think I slept for about an hour and a half. According to my watch, I slept for an hour and a half. Hour 33 minutes to be precise. And that was a tough day to get through, being that tired. Man drank his weight in beer and woke up the next day like nothing happened. I was blown away. Fucking Welsh. I did my country proud. It's what we're good for. Yeah. They were the thing is, right, they're not like over here you buy it's a pint and it's a fucking big, that's a lot of liquid. They weren't pints, they were probably like slightly over half, I want to say. But is that fair? Coconut, what sort of measurements are your beers? I don't know. I've never been to a bar that closes at 11. They all close at 2 a.m. Well, this is like the rooftop bar in the hotel, you know? No shooey. I wasn't making myself that much of a tit. Jesus. It was a restaurant bar. Regular bars, pubs stay open till the... cool. Nice. Apparently you haven't met a US vet we can drink. Hey, Brian's a vet. And he doesn't drink. So, yeah. I mean, that was close to a pint. I think it just looked smaller because it was a wider glass. Okay, fair enough. I liked it. It was a good drink, to be fair. And the funny thing is, right, I was going to, at some point, go into, like, the cocktails, but I'd never seen another menu. And it's just because you're in conversation, and next thing you know, you have the waitress going, would you like another beer, sir? And I'm like, yeah, fucking right I would. And next thing you know, he's there. I have no idea how much I drank. The head was a little rough. You might have said, like, I look great the next morning or whatever, but yeah. That was only after an hour of waiting for the paracetamol to kick in. Oh, God. Anyway, I think we should go into the Xbox Wire thing. Look at that. Also, it was quite funny on the Friday, because that's when we were having drinks, and I posted the photo of, me, Sonny, and Brian. I was like, look, mate, a couple of fads. So everyone was, like, speculating about, oh my God, is something happening? Even though Xbox had already technically leaked, or someone had leaked that there was a showcase. Everything that was going to be at the showcase anyway, but that was quite funny. You don't even want to know what the tab was. I don't actually know what the tab was. I imagine it was fucking expensive because those beers weren't cheap. You know what I mean? That was not cheap. Oof. Oof, still taking a guess. I think it was considerably higher than that, I'll be honest with you. Anyway, into this. So, this is State of Decay 3 answering the biggest questions after the first gameplay reveal. State of Decay 3 reveals its new shared world co-op survival experience where players build communities, shape settlements, and survive together in an open world. We get answers to some of the biggest questions behind the development of State of Decay 3 following the reveal of the first gameplay trailer at the Xbox Game Showcase 2026. State of Decay 3 is available to wishlist now, launching in 2027. It will be available on Xbox Series X, S, Xbox, on PC, cloud, and included in Game Pass even, not Plus. Play it on both console and PC at no additional cost with Xbox Play Anywhere. Also available on Steam and PlayStation 5. Go and wishlist it now, whack it on, show the peeps some love. Today, at the Xbox Showcase 2026, we got our first ever look at gameplay for Undead Labs' State of Decay 3 with their brand new trailer showing everything from open world exploration, multiplayer settlement building, weapon crafting, and of course, some good old-fashioned zombie slaying. It has been years since we last heard from the Xbox Game Studio about the development of State of Decay 3, the next entry for one of our favourite open-world survival games, coming in 2027. Back then, a lot of what we talked about was still at a high level. Wait, what? Back then, a lot of what we talked about was still at a high level, discussing where they wanted to go, what the next game to go, and ideas of how to get there. Interesting. But what's also interesting is it coming in 2027. When in 2027 is the question, chat. When do you think it is? So lots of people are guessing the prices of the thing. I think I don't know. It was expensive. Jay was there, so I'm guessing $3,000. Hey, what the fuck? What? That wasn't me, by the way. Fucking hell! I hope there's not a breakdown on that bill. Imagine if they're sitting there, right? The fucking finance guys, and they're sitting there and going, well, this player council experience was really good, wasn't it? Yes, but I'm just looking at the numbers, and that fucking Welsh twat we invited costs half of the fucking price, the entire thing. Microsoft can't afford it. That is a good point. That is a good point. Fuck that, I'd be taking beers home with me. Yeah, imagine if I just went to the bar and went, excuse me, could you just pull a keg out on the thing, please? Thank you. I don't know how I'm getting that in my suitcase. I'm fucking leaving everything else at home, by the way. Oh God. Right. What else was there? Right, okay, yes. Right. In State of Decay 3, you'll construct settlements, maintain a community of survivors, and battle back against an encroaching zombie threat, with support for solo play or shared world co-op for up to 4 players, all with a massive open world survival sandbox. It sounded ambitious for such an agile studio like Undead, but the sense I got was they wanted to rise to that challenge, not just for themselves, but for their dedicated community of gamers who have been with them over the years. They wanted to deliver the State of Decay experience to them that they've always wanted to play. They just needed time to cook, and now it smells like they've got the stew brewing. Oh, and they are fucking cooking away, my boys. They're cooking away. Naturally, with a game that has been in development like State of Decay 3, we've piled up quite a long list of questions, and today we'll have the answers. Recently, we had a chance to talk with creative director Kevin Patzelt, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Kevin, about a wide range of topics, like how it's possible to have a shared world experience in co-op, how much bigger the map is compared to State of Decay 2, while the weapon crafting, what will the weapon crafting look like, and most importantly, when can we play State of Decay 3? Jay, there's a deep dive from Xbox YouTube. Is that... perfect. How long is it? 40 minutes. Great. We'll be giving that a little listen in a little bit. Fantastic. Thank you, Shiz. Is it video, or is it just going to be... Okay, that's fine. We'll work that out. We'll work that out in a bit. So... when can we play State of Decay 3? That is ultimately the most important question, right? When can we play it? Because it doesn't matter how good of a game it is if we can't fucking play it. We've been working on this for a while, and we're aiming for a 2027 release. Players are already playing an alpha version of the game and are having a blast. We are. Trust me. We're having a great time. We're going to be expanding our alpha and then beta list over time, and we're dying for players to come and play. We've got an audience that's hungry for this game. The sign-ups were fantastic, and they're going to keep going, and we want to get more. I don't know if I can reveal how many people actually signed up, but it was an insane number, because they expected, well, I say they, people who, and like higher ups, I think at Xbox and stuff, expected a number, and then the actual number was fucking, yeah, it was huge. Jay could definitely voice act. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Hey, I am available, just saying, if you need me. I'll never get to play it. How come? I don't know if I want the association with stew. Zombie meat and bloat destroy. Okay, yeah, okay. Fair enough, yeah. You don't want stew. How about roadkill? Does that sound better? Okay. Is that actual gameplay footage in the State of Decay 3 trailer? Everything shown in that trailer is from the game. We did not use CGI. We have some fun camera angles in there, but it's 100% game capture minus our studio logo. Just like I said earlier, just want to hammer home everything you've seen in that trailer was how it looks in the game. Obviously, you can add cinematic trailers by doing funny shots and stuff. Also, just side note, be cool, by the way, guys, if you release that for creators. Just saying. Beyond that, there are a lot of over-the-shoulder shots. Well, I wouldn't say there was a lot of over-the-shoulder shots, personally. I think there could have been more, showing like proper raw stuff. But, you know, the fact that everything in that gameplay was rendered in-game, and they have other ways of sharing gameplay. You know what I mean? I think it was a pretty good trailer. Where was I? Whenever you see one in this trailer, it is a true 100% gameplay camera. We will be showing more of that over time, but absolutely wanted to include it in this trailer. We wanted players to start seeing what that camera looks like and how it will feel to play. And hopefully you'll get more of a feel of how it plays when you see my video, which is coming hopefully in the next week or so. Blah, 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 blah. 2720. You think the world is still going to be standing in 2720? Fucking hell, you're more optimistic than me, my friend. Right. I only speak Welsh. I can assure you, I do not. Go, Jay. Thanks for the info. No worries. No worries, Charlie. Thanks for tuning in. It looks pretty, but hard to tell how much mechanically better it will be. So excited to potentially play the alpha. Hey, you should be excited about the gameplay video I have coming in within the next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed. One, I need to actually edit it. I'm all day. Tomorrow, Friday, however long I need to. Right. Where was I? The other thing I'd like players to notice is the quality bar of the moment-to-moment experience is higher than anything we've achieved in Undead Labs history. State of Decay 3 is being built in Unreal Engine 5, and we're creating better quality versions of what makes our game the survival sandbox it is. And the combat experience is really, really important to us, and I think you can see it coming through the trailer. I think so. Another thing to take away from the trailer are the sneak peeks at the evolving threat of the Plague Nests. These are new to State of Decay 3, and you're starting to see elements of these really tough dungeon-like areas. The trailer also shows what tactics might apply to not only playing by yourself, but with friends. Yes, so obviously a lot of people are worried about multiplayer. Let's be honest, majority of people who play are single player, I'd say. But the game will be completely playable single player, so you don't need to panic. Okay. And the last thing I'll say is we're just scratching the surface of what this game is offering for players. It's a very heavy moment-to-moment combat-orientated trailer, but we also give you a sneak peek into one of the settlements in the trailer. You can see one of the many settlements you can claim, including some of the facility and community elements. We plan to show more of that as we go on. Excuse me. In this trailer, it was important to knock people off their socks with the quality of the game. I think they nailed that. I was very impressed. And we're going to start revealing the depth of our game, because that's what really makes a State of Decay game special. It isn't just a zombie shooting, popping heads, all that fun stuff. It's everything beneath that. The simulation, the systems, the community evolution, the settlements. That's a huge part of what actually makes it special. And so you can just get a snippet of that, and we're going to evolve on that and expand on it over time. Cool, cool, cool. So, one of the things to mention just popped into my head after that is the first thing I tried when I had one of the first things was when I found a car. I wanted to make sure I could open that door. Do you know what I mean? Because that is such a key component of what State of Decay is. You get what I mean? You've got to be able to open the door to smash a zombie. You just got to, you know? Majority of single player. Why have you got to do your audience like that? It's true, but what do you mean? Most people are single players. That's okay. You're allowed to play games solo. Steroid Nest, love it. Have you read ahead of me? You might have. Also, Jet, are you live this Sunday, or you Jet setting off somewhere else? No, I am actually away on Saturday, but it's only for a night. I will be live on Sunday, probably doing some State of Decay 2 gameplay, doing something, probably. Right, anyway. Plague Nests? What are Plague Nests? Plague Nests are something we're really, really excited about. We look at the Heart Attack update from State of Decay 2. Okay, so you can, if you played State of Decay 2, have a look at the Heart Attack update. This might give you a little idea of how it expands. Oh, how stuff works. Maybe said the wrong word there. Moving on, Plague Hearts were dynamic and would start sending zombies your way. Players really, really enjoyed that. Plague Nests are the next evolution of that experience. Very, very, very much so. Think of it as an enemy with its own plans. We spent a lot of time thinking through what it does, how it works, and how it reacts to what actions the players take. These are dynamic sources of hubs of enemy encounters that players can go in and destroy, even if only for a little while. I've always had this perspective that consequences are one of our most important design pillars. If you wanted to sit and chill and watch your settlement burn, the game's going to do that. It is not hanging around for you to make choices or for you to take on the enemy. The enemy is coming towards you whether you act on it or not. That's incredibly important. And that is something that I've experienced in the playthroughs I've had. You do very much have to defend yourselves against the threat of the plague. Yeah, Heart Attack update was my favourite State of Decay 2 update. Well, Shiz, I know you've played. I know you're in the alpha, so you know what I mean. You know what we're dealing with. Anyway, nests also have multiple ways they behave and grow. We call them personas, where every time you roll one, it might take on a different form, a different behavioral set, a different way that it comes at you. This is going to keep things fresh, not only within the play session, but save to save. No two saves are ever going to be the same. That's very interesting. So I haven't really experienced this at the moment. I would say the nests, they definitely behave differently. But at the moment, again, it's an alpha, so I'd say they all have their own individual personalities. But at the moment, it hasn't been different every time I've started a new game or stuff. But yeah, and it's an interesting system. I don't know. I'm just being a bit cautious. I don't know if I'm going to say too much. What if I didn't want anyone to know? Actually, I've already said that I'm an alpha. Well, I've fucking exposed you then, don't I? My bad. Wait, we exposed ourselves? Hey, Vader, don't fucking end up in prison now, alright? I can't use my emojis. Why can't you use your emojis? Can anybody use it? Any members in YouTube, can you not spam emojis? Maybe I'd have to check that. Maybe I fucked someone up. I'm launching a straight lethal after release to see how I would build a bit. Hey, that's a good idea. I can guarantee you will die almost immediately. But hey, you do you. It's going to be so much fun. How much more fun is it going to be to fight zombies? Because it looks super fun. I was having a blast with it, to be fair. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm not saying shit. Fair. We're doing a huge level up on our entire combat system on both sides. One side of that question is the human side. The player side is the human side. The player side. One of the biggest things that we can say is that State of Decay 2 had one attack button, and now we've got two. That is true. As simple as this might sound, what we're finding as our teams plays is that a lot more fun combat moments with an extra melee attack, very much. I'm excited to see what our alpha players do with this, the strategy that you can have a moment-to-moment experience. Yes, so there are two types of attack. I think Sunny revealed in his video that there was what those two attacks were. You can go watch Sunny's video if you want to find out. But they're good. They're good. They're good attacks. I very much enjoy the combat system. It's so much better than twos. There's okay, there we go. I can reveal it. There's a quick attack and there's a power attack. So you press one button, you do a light attack, boom, boom, boom. There's a quick, and then another attack is big, fucking heavy, fucking have that, you twat. Do you know what I mean? Great. Oh, I broke emojis. Yeah, apparently I broke emojis. I don't know what's going on. If Jay said it, can't you? Hey, look, if Sunny said something and Sunny gets in trouble, Sunny gets in trouble. If Sunny says something, then I say something, we both get in trouble. You know what I mean? But technically, he would have said it first, so, you know, get him in trouble. I can nudge one zombie back, take out another one, then do a dodge. You're almost creating these fight circles, but in a sandbox game. Yeah, it is some of the stuff I've been doing. And I'm hoping I showed off in some of the gameplay. I'll be honest, when I record this gameplay, bear in mind, I was hungover, jet lag, and had an hour and a half sleep. That's all I'm saying. Right, I'm going to put that right at the forefront of the fucking gameplay. Warning, jet lag, hungover. Actually, I wasn't hungover. I was just jet lagged and had an hour and a half sleep. I didn't drink that much the day before. It was the day before that I drank a fucking shitload. Anyway, I'm rambling. Where was I? On the zombie side, the enemy lineup is the same State of Decay 2, but evolved. Now, what he means by that is the freaks are the same. You get your Screamer, your Blood, your Jug, your Feral, your Zombies. Yeah? What I mean by that is we spent a lot of time differentiating and specialising the role of each enemy type. That includes the of our normal zombies. The slow, the desiccated, eroded zombies have a different behaviour than the faster, less decayed zombies, which have a different behaviour than ones that are armoured. All these play very differently, especially as you start getting outnumbered, or when you're making noise and running around and trying to save your rear end, or your rear end of your friend next to you. Very true. Very true. Yeah, you do have... I would say the difference between the regular zombies is more apparent in this game than it was in State of Decay 2. Because the Plague Zombies and the regular zombies in 2, other than the Plague Zombies being able to affect you, they basically acted the same. I know there was a few that was slower, but, you know, this was... This is genuinely a lot more different. Jay, when you fly with time, you shouldn't get jet lagged. When you fly against time, then you will get jet lagged. You should have gotten it on your way home, not to the US. Well, I got jet lagged on the way there. All right, on the way home, admittedly, I feel great today, to be fair. But like I probably said I was awake probably. Serio, thank you for the super chat. Well, legend. Is there a Norma truck, my favourite vehicle? I don't know the names of any of the vehicles, but there's definitely a pickup. That's what a Norma is, right? I think it's definitely a pickup. What was I saying? Oh, shiz. Why is this only popping up now? I have no idea. Thank you for 38 months, by the way. What hero? Yeah, basically, so I left Seattle, well, the hotel at like 10:30, and I got home at like 6, 7 o'clock last night. I would say I was probably awake about 30 hours from that experience. I stayed up for an hour, had some food, went to bed, and fell asleep. And I think I slept 12 to 13 hours. I fucking needed it. Honest to God. I went to bed before my wife. She come up, didn't hear her. I heard her get up in the morning for work and to take the dog out and stuff. But you know, when you like, you hear it. And then I heard her at 9:30 come into the morning. 9:30 coming in after a meeting to grab a charger. And that was when I was awake. It was like 12 and a half, 13 hours later. Madness. Anyway, how much bigger will the map be compared to State of Decay 2? State of Decay 3 is a much larger map than anything we've had in State of Decay 2. The playable space for a player is about 4 times the size of a single State of Decay 2 map, and it is fully open to the players from the second they join the game. There's a much larger space for them to explore, expand in, and move through. Yes, okay, cool. We can talk a little bit more about the map. Fantastic. I love the map. The map is beautiful, right? I love it. I think a lot of people have asked about like city maps and things. You don't expect a city, but I think the towns, and I've seen a few towns that are similar size, I think you won't be disappointed with the size of these towns, because these are proper explorable towns. They feel like a real, I'm saying town a lot, but they do feel like a real town, if that makes sense. Just imagine if we can have a baby in State of Decay 3. Like, what the... Like, there was someone asked earlier. Oh, so I seen a comment on something I did, saying they want to be able to have children and grow children. Are you having a laugh? No game in the world is going to let you have children in a zombie apocalypse. Christ. Imagine that. Imagine getting fucking sieged. And then next thing you know, you got a fucking baby in the mouth of a fucking crackhead. That's not going to work, is it? Did you leave Amy in the UK? I did leave Amy in the UK. It was just me. Switching, YouTube's being weird. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's a zombie game, not Sims. Exactly. Oh, yeah, I don't think any game will be like that. Oh, Susio, thank you for the sub. Oh, you gifted a sub. Oh, what a legend. Fucking hero. Much appreciated, my friend. Anyway, what was that? Oh yeah, I've already read about the map. What's it going to be like building a settlement with other players? I've always believed that our game is at its most fun when we're hanging out together. We've noticed a couple of kinds of multiplayer players' behaviours so far, and I'm really excited to get more input from the alpha. Our approach to multiplayer has been to make sure players have freedom and fun playing together, side by side, as well as if they choose to head to different corners of the map and play it together but apart. And that's exactly what we said at the start. There is no tether system. If you're playing the game, you can be on one side of the map, your boys or your girls or your fucking uncle can be on the other side of the map doing what he does, but just be careful. The map is 4 times bigger than a State of Decay 2 map, so, you know what I mean? If you need helping, you're fucked. Which I think is cool. In one sense, we've seen players build up a single settlement together. They're building facilities, they're scouting together and looting back. They're strategizing a collective set of goals. I'm going to take out this infestation, why don't you go there? Let's meet up at the Plague Nest. So there's really a kind of co-op progression. Yeah, that's quite cool. That's interesting. I haven't played a lot of multiplayer. I would certainly say the most of my gameplay has been single player. But yeah, it's nice to see different strategies. What about an uncle? I said uncle. Did I not say uncle? I did. I did say uncle. Also recommend not playing with Vader. He'll kill every character you loved. Fair. Oh. It'd be a neat idea from Survivor, creating the perspective, pair best survivors off, get the best trait skills. What? It'd be a neat idea from Survivor, I don't expect to be able to create survivors. How's the followers AI? It's supposed to be much improved. I haven't really got a lot of experience with it. I think the last build is the one where this has just become, it has become improved, but I don't know how improved it is. But it might feature a role in my State of Decay 3 gameplay video coming soon. Subscribe, like, and stuff. I've also seen the behaviour where they can split off, spread out, and do their own thing together, but alone. That works in our games as well. With untethered co-op, players can do what they like, and so what we've seen is quicker progression on the settlement front, where you've got one base, but we want to add a second and a third, where we customize each base to our individual goals, while my contributions can help our goals and vice versa, and then expansions happen really quickly. Yeah, that's cool. I like the idea of being able to have, right, you go take that base, I'm going to go take this base, right, you focus on building up our food stockpile, I'm going to build up our ammo stockpile, or my incendiary, or my fucking meds, or whatever. That's pretty cool. A few of us from Brian's channel have been trying to get you to do a stream of State of Decay 2 together. Would you do it? Absolutely. In fact, actually, we talked about it this weekend. I'm sure we absolutely will do a State of Decay 2 stream together. I don't know if I want to leak a future series plan for him, but he has something coming which could be cool, something that I've had experience with. We'll leave it there. What I would say about that though, what's better than a State of Decay 2 stream with Brian? A State of Decay 3 video with Brian. Subscribe, it's coming, I'm telling you. Will the stream affect the footage editing? So the way I do it, I'm not recording this at the moment, but I have a plugin for OBS called Source Record, so it can split the audio and the videos. So it records face cam and mic, and then it records gameplay and gameplay audio and like Discord or whatever on there. So that's how I do it, and then I put them together, edit, bang. It was a little bit different with this because obviously I wasn't at my setup, so the camera is not quite as good and stuff like that. But look, it'll still make a good video, promise. Drinking stream and State of Decay 3 when? That I think you're probably gonna have to wait until State of Decay 3 is out. Yes, I've read that one. Okay. I think there's an element below that, which is what facilities do I put into this space? What strategies do we have? And again, that could be a co-pursuit of our collective goals or my individual goals. For example, all of our food and water incomes. It's interesting, you talk about water incomes. You will have to worry about your water. It's another resource in the game, such as food. Food will also have a much bigger impact. Maybe we'll get into that in a bit. We want to get those solidified. Or maybe I just want to go off and beat stuff up. Let's optimize with an ammo press and explosive shop. Okay, there's another 2 facilities. And let's get all the guns we can. Let's make everything that we can blow stuff up with. Yeah, pretty much. That's basically what I'm going to do. Again, there's different playstyles and different goals for different players. And I think those can coexist together in this world. Now that we have more options with multiple settlements, you can have these multiple perspectives and gameplay styles. Yeah, that's quite cool. That's quite important. I guess it won't happen. My ultimate cracker J will have to live in State of Decay. What's that now? What? One thing I would love to see if you can carry over your State of Decay 2 members from. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think because it's like a completely different system, you know. But I can't imagine you'd be able to bring characters because the thing is they're gonna be different traits and skills and all that stuff. I don't expect that to happen. The first State of Decay 3 drinking stream will be such a mess. I hope he gets started with a max community because he might kill them all. No, I'm not going to be doing a State of Decay 3 drinking stream on my regular community, which I'm going to be making gameplay videos on. Right? We're going to be separated. That we'll be started again. It'll be a fresh community. It would be fun to see how a dev plays with a balls out community member. Well, yeah. Drinking stream will be cooking. Oh man, it'll be doing a lot. It will be doing a lot. What was it? Okay. How will that shared world in State of Decay 3, or how will the shared world work in State of Decay 3? The shared world is another huge investment on this title. When we looked at what State of Decay 2 players wanted, what they really was asking for, it was 2 things. Better multiplayer and a true online experience with their friends. And they wanted that shared space, and that's what we're delivering. I'd say. It's one of my... I tell you what, the 2 most questions I get is the tether system gone, and is it coming to PS5? And I can reveal the answer to both of those, yes and yes. As in, the tether system's gone. Yes. Again, I've said it multiple times in the stream. No fucking tether system. In a shared world, anyone can make changes to the world. You can come in asynchronously, playing the same save at different times. You can move the story forward, you could build facilities, you can get a second or even a third settlement. Players can now have up to 3 bases that they can grow and expand to over time. What I would say about that is the only downside to that is you're going to have to make sure you play with players that you trust. Because, for example, if I'm offline, right, and we're playing together, you could then go in and fucking do whatever you want. You could go... if I go out off the fucking work, right, I'm sat here fucking editing my next video, go, yeah, this is class, blah, blah, and fucking you're on our save, fucking complete the game, that's going to ruin shit. So you do have to make sure that you are playing with trusted people. No disrespect to the other creators, but this is exactly why I love Jay. So damn good. What do you mean? What have I done? That's a 20-minute stream. What's a 20-minute stream? I nominate Jay, Joe, Brian, and Sunny to do a drinking stream. Jay can drink for Brian. I say Brian don't drink. Actually, I don't think no, Sunny don't drink either. Am I gonna have to drink for everybody? Jesus. Oh God. What I missed, my daughter's called to say goodnight. Ah, nothing. We haven't done nothing. I don't know where you left, so I don't know what you missed. I would do that to you. Well, thank you, Dustin. I appreciate that. Jay and Joe drink for Sunny and Brian. Yeah, fair. I mean, Joe's half Welsh, right? We could just do like Welsh versus America. Where was I? How far down have I got? And there's there's even an extension beyond that, which there's other groups in this world, other groups of NPCs that have, again, their own desires. We call these enclaves. We've expanded the enclave system from State of Decay 2, where they all have their own wants, desires, and perspectives on how to live in this apocalypse. And you can work with them, you can build trust with them, and have an alliance with them, and eventually recruit them. It's a very good way to recruit people, actually. All these community elements together build out this kind of settlement network. You're extending your base in the game and working with others to try and get that foothold into the world. Me and my bud have been wanting a shared world. Well, it's perfect then. It's great. I saw a machete covered in blades in the new trailer. Please tell me I can make that. So that's something I haven't actually seen as well. So that I am very interested to see where this goes. Maker culture is a concept we've held in our hearts for several years now. This concept impacts many facets of our art and perspectives on what players will remake, reuse, and upcycle and renew in the world. State of Decay 2, one of the most common weapons was a golf club. Was it? I didn't even know there was a golf club. Is there a golf club in State of Decay 2? Am I mental? Am I letting players get that fun head? Oh, okay. I mean, I remember the finisher, but you did that with any blunt weapon. Okay. To support our new timeline, I told the team early on that all the golf clubs are bent in Decay 3. What are you going to do now? What you're actually sourcing from, what you're building. I really love the idea of the DIY culture that our fans really love that as well. Cool. So you can see in the trailer, you've got a machete that's now got a serrated blade on it, like the golf club, for example. All of the machetes you can get from the hardware store are shattered. Now you can find altered weapons in the world and embody this maker culture concept. Some machetes are homemade with a serrated edge. Others have a rebar welded on the back of the blade, so you have both. One of my favorite early concepts was the slicing weapon, but you might think, boy, would I like a little more weight for better dismemberment? Fair. All these visual elements, these fun-looking things apply to our systems and how the gameplay functions. So while the rebar-backed one might have better dismemberment, it causes a little more stamina usage, and that's a choice players can opt into. Good thinking. As you upgrade your facilities, the visual fidelity, these maker culture moments add together, and then it just fits into all the fun. It's exciting to look at art pieces that were shown up. Oh, I've seen so much concept art as well, by the way, this weekend. Honestly, I can't talk. I didn't take a photo of anything, but like, there's some stuff that they're hoping to do, and if they manage to pull that off, it's going to be insane. That's all I'm going to say. It's not in the game at the moment. I think it's something they're working on or something that's going to come afterwards, but it's cool. I really hope that happens. There's a golf club finisher, yeah, but I'm confident there's no golf club weapon in State of Decay 2. Thank you. I thought I was losing my mind then. Most casual weapon was a baseball bat. Yeah, like any blunt weapon you could do the golf club finisher on. And I love the finishers as well in 3. Of what I've seen, there's a lot of different variations. It's really cool. Honestly, I'm excited for Jay's first live video at release. Devs always keep cards up the sleeves. Oh, it's going to be sick. It's going to be amazing. I think that just ignited a lot of creativity internally, and I think it's something that's going to explode as we get further along and add more things after launch. More consumables, more usables, more facilitated recipes, all those feed into this maker culture idea. I think that runs through the art that you see. I think so too. It's interesting there as well, as we further along add more things after launch. There we go. Confirmed. There'll be a lot more stuff coming after launch. Just confirmed right there in that sentence. You really played State of Decay 3? I have really played State of Decay 3. Bear with. Why is that not working? I've recorded State of Decay 3. I can't show you any of this. So I'm not opening anything. I'm getting in trouble. It's all there. Oh, that is my video. All fucking 4 hours of it. Yeah. Right. Looting and exploration are keys to survival. How are you improving that for State of Decay 3? Scavenging has been part of State of Decay since the very, very beginning, and it remains the backbone of everything you need to do. To keep scavenging interesting, we need to pay off a balanced risk/reward relationship. Coming back to those plague nests, they represent some of the most dangerous areas, but they've been dangerous for so long they haven't been looted nearly as much as the other locations. So it's got some of the best loot, but at a very high risk. That's always great to hear, isn't it? One thing I'd like to see. Actually, I think I'll keep that feedback actually in our feedback channels. But yeah, there's a lot better and more loot at the nests. Another thing our studio is really good at is creating environmental storytelling moments. We've always encouraged players to go off the beaten path to kind of see what's out in the world, and we're emphasizing that again in State of Decay 3. At its core, if you're not exploring, you're going to kind of get stuck because your players are eating and drinking and need to survive, and you need to find a way to meet those needs. And it all comes back to risking yourself by going out and looting for it. Oh, is that it? Oh, thanks to Kevin for taking time to chat and to share these exciting new details about State of Decay 3. If you'd like to get a chance to play early, you can provide feedback to Undead Labs development. You can sign up for the up-and-coming playtest here at stateofdecay.com. There we go. And again, it's not too late. You can sign up to the alpha. It is going on. There's actively people in it, and I believe they'll be adding more and more people as the alpha goes on. State of Decay 3 is not an extended State of Decay 2. Yes, that is very true. And Shiz can tell you that because he has played it himself. That's not just me saying that. I'm pretty confident that people won't be saying that it's... Because I've had a comment. Oh, it's basically not the same with State of Decay 2. It's State of Decay 2.5. I don't know what you fucking want then. Do you know what I mean? Because it is first and foremost a State of Decay game. Perfect. That's what you want. In the same way that State of Decay 2 and State of Decay 1 are similar, but State of Decay 2 is so much better. State of Decay 3 is similar, but a massive, massive upgrade to 2. Much love. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. I'm gonna have to go back and stream State of Decay 2, having played so much for State of Decay 3, and I'm gonna be there like, man, I just want to fucking. Do you know what I mean? I just want to play 3. I just want to play State of Decay, man. Do you know what I mean? It's cool. Right. Anyway, next thing we have. Oh, I have some. We'll get that sorted later. We need to watch this podcast, so I can unmute this now.
Hey everybody, welcome to the official.
Okay. Title. Oh, I just realised what this is. This is the Undead Lab Studio. I know that because I've been here. I took this to the left by here is the big logo. I took a selfie with. How many hours can you finish State of Decay 3? I don't know. The game's not finished. I certainly haven't finished it. I've only played like half of them. I have access to about half the map, and even I haven't explored the entirety of that half. Want me to throw this live stream up as clips for you to get? No, it's all good, man. Thanks for the offer, though. when you're allowed to show these videos. I am editing those videos over the next few days. I send that off to Undead Labs, and they go, yeah, oh, actually, I need you to take this out, blah, blah, and then, boom, it goes live. So hopefully in the next week. I expected the Undead Labs to have more Bunsen burners and beakers. To be honest, right, I have no idea what I thought the studio was going to be like, but it was so much cooler. Oh, one thing I did mention, the entire time we were there, they had like a camera crew that was following us around. They were catching shots, and then they fucking interviewed us. I got interviewed by like a real fucking camera person and that. Like, I was the first one. I was the fucking number one on that Saturday, right? And bear in mind, I'm hungover. I have had an hour and a half of sleep, and I'm being showed around the studio. I'll be honest, I probably was a bit quieter than normal. And I'm walking around, and I'm going, this is really cool. Yeah, man, this is really cool. I'm glad that I can focus on creating content tomorrow, because I am not in the fucking zone to be creating content right now. All of a sudden, I get a little tap on the shoulder. Excuse me, can I just drag you for an interview? I'm like, oh, fuck! I could get interviewed? Oh, no, I could feel the cheeks doing that, you know what I mean? And lovely lady showed me through to the other room, and introduced myself, and then she gave me like a sheet of paper with like the questions that were going to be coming up. I'll be honest, she showed me that. She was like, just have a minute to have a little check through them, and then we'll do an interview, blah blah. And I'll be honest, she gave me the piece of paper, and I was looking at this paper, and I didn't read a single fucking word on it, because I was just thinking in my head, fuck, you're hungover, you're sleep deprived, what the fuck are you going to do? You're going to pull this out your ass. So I have no idea what they're going to do with this footage, or when it's going to come out, but fingers crossed, I haven't made myself look like a twat. We'll find out. We'll find out pretty soon. Well, maybe soon. I don't know. Oh, God, that's going to be interesting. Hey, Butcher, how's it going? Hungover wasn't the wisest. It was free. What was I supposed to fucking do? They had to hide all the fire-related items from Jay. Yeah, there was a lot of fire extinguishers. They made sure to line up the walls with them all. No, I'm joking, obviously. Let's hope they don't catch Jay out of the video. Oh, no. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. I got at least one funny line in there, so we'll see. They might not ever do anything with the footage, because I think one of the guys said they don't know what they're doing for it, but they thought they might as well record it and see what happens. Anyway, even though in the gameplay trailer they announced that the game is coming in 2027, but there's no month date yet. Yes, you are correct, but it's coming in 2027. It's okay, Jay. You always look like a twat, so nothing's lost. Oh, that's all right then. Fine. Grind. Anyway, I did ask a question. Not a single person answered it. Subtitles or not? Closed captions or not? What are we saying? I'm going to go with the first 3 answers. We're going to go best at 3. I am waiting. There is 125 people watching. The first 3 people decide closed captions or not. 1 for captions. Okay. You make me look like a twat, you chat. You know that, don't you? 2 for captions. That's 2 out of 3. Keep. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, there must be a small delay. Whew. Oh, God, I was thinking, oh, my God.
Official Xbox podcast. The only podcast coming to you from inside Xbox. But as you can see...
Just let me know if the audio is good, if it needs to be turned up or anything like that, okay?
We're not in the traditional studio today. No, instead...
If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Jeffrey Card's son. Okay, oh, hey, man. How's it going? It's not that hard yet. What's not that hard?
We are down in the historic Pioneer Square in downtown Seattle at...
Oh, okay. So it's interesting, right? Because I've been to this place, so I know the way around.
As you can see, we're not in the traditional studio today. No, instead...
This is... Okay, so when I was up on this roof, this is the roof, and it wasn't as clear as this, but you could see the mountains. Look at that, that was so cool. This was such a sick
we are down in the historic Pioneer Square
imagine
downtown Seattle.
Imagine having your lunch, sat there, enjoying the sun, and you got the fucking view of the skyline like that. How fucking cool is that?
Seattle at Undead Labs, where we're about to sit down with a couple of fine folks who are building a game I'm very, very excited to get my hands on. State of Decay 3.
Thank you very much.
Now, Game Showcase showed us some of what we can expect, but there's so much more. So today, they're going to talk us through what we saw, talk about some details you may have missed, and answer way too many of my questions. Let's get to it.
Cool. Be interesting to see what.
Okay, we're here with Philip Holt, the studio.
Okay. So Philip, studio head, Wayne buyer. We had a fucking good drink on Friday. You know what I mean? Wayne's my boy.
Head of Undead
We'll leave it
Labs,
there.
and Wayne Laybourne, the art director of State of Decay 3. Philip, Wayne, welcome. Thank you guys for bringing us in today. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for coming all the way out to Seattle. Happy to have you here.
Yeah, so far for me, so far. Yeah, how about you, Wayne? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, you as well. Appreciate the time. I know, like, super busy coming off the heels of Showcase, and just what you guys got cooking is so excited, so we wanted to swing by and talk about it. I'm a massive fan of State of Decay. I played them all. I think State of Decay 2 came out the year I joined Xbox, or pretty close to it, so it was like one of the first launches I remember where everyone in the office was just...
I've wanted to visit Seattle for ages. It seems like a nice town to pop in. It was a lovely place. Really good. What is really interesting, I don't know if this is the same in all American cities, because it's the only place in America I've been, but like, I come out of the airport, booked my Uber, got to the pickup point, straight in the car. He was waiting for me, basically, and he took me straight to where we were staying downtown, and there was like, we jumped straight on the highway or freeway, I don't know, whatever the fuck you call them, and it was like no traffic at all until we hit downtown. And like, we got there in about 20 minutes, and then it took us 10 minutes to go like 2 blocks. I was like, fucking hell. You guys really need to learn what a roundabout is. Do you know what I mean? Oh, fun though.
Excited and, you know, really looking forward to it. And so here we are, State of Decay 3. What sets you guys apart from other zombie games, and how would you explain State of Decay to someone that hasn't played before?
Yeah, so State of Decay is a zombie survival sandbox fantasy.
Okay,
And all of those words are sort of important to contemplate. It's an open world game. It's very much a survival management simulation. So you're responsible for a community of survivors, and you got to keep them alive. And the zombies are trying to kill you.
Yeah.
So there's base building, there's community management, there's resource, like you got to find food and water and ammo and medicine and all those kinds of things to keep your community going. And you sort of play against this very dynamic plague threat that's coming after you. And I think the thing that really sort of separates the game tonally, perhaps from other zombie games, is that there's a big part of our game that, because it's so centered around keeping a community alive, there's this idea of hope that tomorrow could come and it could be a better day.
I'm just going to pop the loo a second. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I was get tempted. Do I just replay that? Do I play this? Tell you what, I'll go. What are we on? 218. I'm not gonna. Okay. Anyway, I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Back. Don't panic. Sorry. I had to explain to my wife why I have another man's face on my arm. I realised I hadn't shown her the sleeve yet. Oh my god. Remember, his name is Philip, not Phil. That's okay, right? Jay was extremely quiet, so he's very quiet. When was that? What was that? Jay was actually very tame in person. I think he was just very tired. I was definitely very tired. I slept. Honestly, the weekend, I probably had maybe slightly more hours that you should have on a regular sleep. Oh. It's a lot of stairs. My bad. Right. What was I saying?
And that we have mutual responsibility to each other to keep us alive.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I love these.
Coconut, have you've watched? I'm guessing you've watched this by now. What are we saying? Is it a good interview? Is you okay with Brian's face on your cheeks? I'm going to leave that one there because out of context, that just sounds hilarious. And I'm just going to leave it there. We talked about State of Decay 4. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. State of Decay 4. Yeah. It's actually coming out before 3. It's a weird marketing choice.
You said hope because that's like when I am trying to convey this game.
This whole thing is legit. Great. Tons of new reveals. Fantastic. Cool.
To someone else. That's kind of where my head goes. It's like hope and community, because it does. So many post-apocalyptic games or zombie games are pretty dreary, like through and through. And I do feel like even in the past titles, like there is this element of like you know, what are we trying to save? Like, look at this beautiful world. Like, look how we're working together. You do develop some compassion for the NPCs in your community in ways that I was even shocked I felt myself. And so I do want to touch on that a little bit. And Wayne, I imagine, you know, part of like the hope in the community and like the vibe of the game, you know, that rests on your shoulders, correct?
Yeah, it's as fun to make as it is to play, I think, because of the breadth. Like
Yeah.
it's not just like there's space for stillness, there's space for nostalgia, there's space for hope and love, and then there's also space for violence and horror and all those things. And I think as artists and developers on the team, there's a room for.
It's cool. It's really cool as well to see that wall up in person, because obviously that like design wall was featured in the alpha reveal. Really cool. Also, we can see what can we see here? Gameplay. Obviously, there's a Discord. It's funny because I've been in this room. I know what this room is like. It's mad. Like, it's crazy.
A lot of us.
Yeah.
I feel those different tastes in the same way as for players as well.
With that accent, I can see why Jay's. See, there we go. There we go.
So you can kind of pick your own adventure making it, just like you can when you're playing it.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Now let's talk a little bit about community, because obviously a huge crux of the game. You know, why is that word so important to you? And like, what, you know, talk about how that what community means to State of Decay 3.
You know, so it goes back to just survival. And I got really interested a couple years ago in metal.
Look at the HUD, it's so much better. It's interesting you say that, because I had a few people who commented on the reveal of the alpha reveal, and the HUD was in that. And a lot of people didn't like the HUD, weirdly, which I thought was like a weird thing to complain about, considering it's an alpha, and that could be one of the things that changes. But then again, I suppose that's the sort of thing you need to give feedback on, if it's shit, if it's great, blah blah. But yeah, any feedback, by the way, let them know in the comments.
of Honor recipients,
Oh, yeah.
and listening to their interviews and how they talked about their acts of heroism. And I was really struck by, after listening to a dozen or so interviews, they all kind of told the same story. And ultimately it came down to, I did my thing because the person standing next to me would have done it for me. And so there's this, like, when the bullets are flying and when your life is really on the line, you are going to fall back to the people immediately around you. And that's the people that live in your house and the people on your street. And we see this in weather-related disasters all the time. Like, it snows and all of a sudden everybody's sort of like friendly and in a good mood, right?
Yeah.
Like, we are biologically evolved for group defense. And what separated humans from, early humans from other primates, is that we shared food and we participated in group defense. So the game then places you in this role as a caretaker of this group of survivors. And that caretaking relationship that you have with your survivors is what actually creates that emotional connection that you experienced. And so when somebody dies, and they die for real and they're gone, they don't come back, there is no save, restore.
Not strictly to, because they do come back as the undead, coming to eat your face. Jay is biologically evolved to die in State of Decay 3. Pretty much, yeah. I do hold it close to my heart that I believe, at least, I was the first council member to die in the game, and probably have been the one to die the most. Yeah, quite impressed by that. And to be fair, there would be a lot more deaths that I would have had from the first alpha build I played. But I had a few times where a character I was playing as died, and then I immediately had a crash. And when it respawned back in, that player was alive again. And I was like, that's a sign. They weren't most supposed to die. I appreciate that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a religious man. That was a sign from the above.
You feel it.
You feel it. It's a loss.
Yeah.
And it's because we create in you a sense of duty and responsibility to these humans that rely on you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so interesting, because even in State of Decay 2, I do feel the emotional connection to my characters and my community more than I have in other titles. And I'm really excited to see how that evolves in the next game.
Look at the difference by the way, right? So this is like State of Decay 2 gameplay. Right? Or, you know, cinematic gameplay, I guess. But like, this is State of Decay 2. This, like, and people saying State of Decay 3 looks exactly like, are you blind? Or are you just fucking stupid? Do you know what I mean? It looks,
and I'm really excited to see
like
how that evolves in the next game. Well, let's dive into the trailer a little bit. Obviously, we're just coming off the heels of Showcase. The trailer just dropped, and I think it's I'm not as creative as you guys are, but I do think it's like a Herculean effort to put together a trailer that's gonna like captivate audiences, but also like show what the game is while still being, you know, artsy and interesting and cool. But like you got to show mechanics of like the game and like what you're actually doing. So I'd love to talk a little bit about like the development of that trailer and kind of how you made the decisions y'all did.
Yeah, I mean, Showcase, I think, is a unique moment.
Yeah, Coconut's nailed it there. I don't understand the graphics comments. I feel like I'm being gaslit. Yeah, same. I don't know if it's just bots. It looks exactly the same as 2.5. Are you mental? And like I was getting these comments after the alpha reveal, and you had about 3 seconds of gameplay of a guy climbing over a fucking fence, and people thought it's the same game. Madness. People are just thick as shit.
And it has a set of requirements around a trailer asset that are just different from other types of things.
Yeah.
You know, so you're in a show and it's an hour or so long and you don't really know what comes before or after you. And there's this sort of spectacle of this industry event. And then the trailer lives on its own on the web forever and to be viewed by itself in isolation by your fans. So you at once reach this mass audience that really maybe doesn't know much about your game, and you're also speaking to your core, which is going to analyze every single frame of the trailer. Right? So, so you know, you have to think about, okay, how do we put these elements together to create something that's going to stand out within the context of the show? So we got together over the fall, a few of us in the studio, and just started pitching ideas, and we landed on the boombox as an opening kind of early.
So Sinister Plank has nailed it there as well. To be honest, I've watched lots of State of Decay 3 coverage from random channels, and most of them are just making shit up to farm views. It's kind of frustrating not being able to talk about it sometimes. Yeah, I get that. I think basically, I'd say there are 9 council members. And if the information's not coming from them, then anyone else on YouTube. To be fair, actually, you're not going to get much information from them that isn't revealed officially, because we ain't going to leak anything, because I think we're all very happy with our roles in it being in the council, you know? But we won't be leaking anything. But then again, random YouTubers aren't going to be able to leak anything either, because they're not going to have access to the game. Also, by the way, how brave of them were they to invite... obviously, it's not all YouTubers, but there's like 4 YouTubers in there. That's like... that's a lot of trust, because let's be honest, there's a large selection of the YouTube population that are scumbags just looking for views. There has been multiple opportunities I could have leaked something. Not that I'm saying I would, I obviously wouldn't, but like that's a lot of trust. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to betray that trust.
And
really early. Yeah. I'm surprised at like 15 minutes in or something.
Yeah,
I missed it, yeah.
And we landed on the boombox as an opening kind of early. And
okay.
Really early.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at like 15 minutes in or something.
Yeah, it's our first meeting, yeah. So when I was coming up, there was a concert film called Stop Making Sense by the Talking Heads, and it's considered one of the greatest concert films of all time. And there's this great moment at the beginning of the film where David Byrne comes out on stage. It's a completely empty stage with a guitar and a tape deck, a boombox, and he puts it on the ground and he pushes play and he says, "I got a song for you." And it's the drum line from the song, and then he plays solo.
Cool.
And so it's like an iconic opening to a concert film. And so I sort of pitched this to the room of like, what if we have this cool device, this explosive device that's a grenade strapped.
Will it be on PS5? Yes, it will. It is on PS5. Officially revealed. They said at the end of the trailer, come in Xbox, PC, you know, Steam, Xbox on PC, and PlayStation 5.
To a boombox. Like, what if we opened on that and a slow pullout to reveal the scene? And everybody kind of loved the idea, and we kind of rolled with it.
Yeah, it just kind of worked too, because one of the hard things about a game like this is it's not about any one individual.
Right.
So where do you, who do you pick? What do you start with? And a lot of our assets, like the boombox, they are designed in a way that if you see them by themselves, they say a lot about the game. So it's got all the right ingredients. It's got something familiar, the boombox. It's got a grenade strapped to the side of it. It's got something written on the label, so it's personalized. So as you're seeing this thing, it's, you know, it's an object, but it gives you like an insight into the community and
the world, like the tone, the world, all of those things.
Like just in that one thing. So it's
boombox
just
OP.
It was like a perfect start.
I don't expect the boombox to be as powerful as it is shown in that trailer, unless on like standard difficulty does that. Because I can't see a jug being staggered like that in the fall, certainly not in Lethal Zone.
Really, and we have a lot of other things designed like that are awesome, but the boombox in particular plays music.
So good.
It's a kind of a fuse as well, so it gives us a, you know, like
A lit bomb, right? For the
yeah.
audience to like, when is this going to blow up? What, like,
Yeah.
And the other thing that happens in Showcase is people play the guessing game of what trailer is next, right?
And it's
We were
totally,
doing that. We were doing that because we were watching the showcase in the lab, and I wanted to record my reaction to it, but we don't know when the trailer is. So I'm there with my phone, you know, set up in a little fucking, like, what is it, in my little handheld thing, and I'm like, right, it starts the showcase. And I'm like, pretty certain we're not gonna be first, so we're fine. Got to the second one, I'm like, hit record. Oh no, delete. Right, get to the next one. Record. Oh, no. To be fair, it wasn't very far in. It was what, about a third in, I'd say. About a third. See, day one purchase period. Oh, absolutely. You can wishlist it now. Wishlist it because pretty sure it'd be interesting to see those statistics. To be fair, especially on the PlayStation side, I'd be very interested to see that. Because this game, let's be honest, State of Decay wasn't a massive franchise. I think this is the game that takes it to becoming a big franchise. Fingers crossed.
like you don't know right away, right? Like that's a perfect intro for exactly that.
Because it pulls you in. It's like, what is this? You're trying to
Yeah.
guess. And there's glimpses, there's some shadows of zombies. And so the fans, you know, pick it up. And
You'll catch it. Some will catch it quick for sure, but I think a lot won't. And that's like a fun. Yeah, it's definitely a fun guessing game. And the boombox blew me away. Like that immediately, like iconic intro. Loved it. It definitely feels like a great shot. It feels like the intro to a movie and less of a trailer, which I love. Bela Lugosi's Dead is the song that's playing, right? How did you guys come to choose that song? Like it fits the tone of the environment so well and the world so well. And it's like that perfect like new wave. I don't want to say it's new wave. It's almost like the birth of goth, I think is what I read online. It's like a lot of people consider it that. Was that the reason you picked it or?
You know, I actually asked Alan last night. Alan's someone who, an artist on the team.
Oh, nice.
Been on that for a while.
it
And
was his idea.
Oh, shout out. That's awesome.
and I asked him actually last night because I thought this might come up. I was like, why'd you choose that track? And he gave a great answer. He said, because I was listening to it. And it seemed cool. Which I love that because Alan and I were passing it back and forward, this sort of boombox and playing with it in locations and panning out and speed and stuff. And we wanted to get it back in front of Philip.
What song should a boombox play? In this circumstance, it doesn't matter what song the boombox is playing, as long as it's drawing the zombies towards you. Do you know what I mean? Whatever song, the louder, the more obnoxious as possible to draw as maximum amount of zombies towards it. That's what you play.
I went over and he's like, oh, I put a bit of a song on it. I was like, oh, that sounds amazing. We didn't know that Philip's like a huge Bauhaus fan too, so that didn't hurt, but it just really fit. Like it's kind of a bit grimy, a little bit gritty, like unrefined. I mean, it's just kind of a perfect choice really. And I love that answer because I think that's the way we roll a lot at Undead is like people come to work, they immerse themselves in what we're building and apply themselves.
For sure.
They sort of live in it. So Alan just picked this because he happened to be listening to it at the time and thought it fit and tried it.
Sorry, I keep pausing this. This is a funny one. Jay, if you get the State of K3 logo tatted, I will as well. It's funny you mentioned that because I mentioned it on this weekend. There's a piece of artwork in the State of Decay franchise, and in the State of Decay offices, and I believe it was a old logo, like a concept piece. I'm trying to find it now. Oh, bollocks. Where's it going to be? Bear with me. Actually, you know what? I know where I can find it. This will be quicker. It's actually quite... We were talking about this in the studio, and I mentioned that I'd like to get this done. The only problem is, I don't know where I'd get it, because it... Oh, God. Oh, no. I've lost it. Where is it? It's definitely going to be past there. Is this even... Ah, there he is. I've been scrolling past it about fucking 4 times. Look how cool that is. It's like the State of Decay 2 logo, but it's a little bit more, like, detailed. You know what I mean? I thought that would be a cool... Where would you get it, though? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like... It's not it's long. It's like square. Would you get it on a thigh? I don't know. Would you get it like on a bicep? I haven't got very big biceps, you know? I'd have to fucking hit the gym for fucking 6 months first, you know? Philip promised to get the logo tattooed if State of Decay 3 sells 5 million copies. Well, it seems to me then he's going to be getting that tattoo. So we'll see. I plan on getting the Skeagle tattooed. Is that what that is? Skeagle. A skeleton Kegel? Skeleton Kegel? Yeah. Forehead. I can't get on the fucking forehead. Forehead. Jay, why is everyone saying forehead? I'm not getting it fucking tattooed on my forehead. Imagine a neck tat. Boom, but there. I ain't getting fucking messed with at the bar then. I'm like, bicep or back. I don't, like back pieces look quite nice, but like, why would I get a back piece? I can't see it. I want to be able to look at it. Next time we're in Seattle, we need to get that tattooed on our forearms. That Phillips tattoo artist. I think it works I think it works on the forearm, right? I think so. Would you get it there though, or would you get it there? That's the question. I don't know. It's interesting. Sword Skeagle on your back goes hard though, Jay. Does it though? I don't take my shirt off very often. I haven't got a very impressive torso.
And we've
That's
got
cool.
that in front of Philip, and then
I could help you with the biceps, Jay. I was trained for half a decade. No offense, Dustin, but that is hell of a commute for either of us. Just to hit the gym, Christ. I wouldn't get anything else done ever.
Yeah.
he's got posters and all sorts.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
So Seattle.
Yeah, like I grew up in, I mean, this was the song of my early teen years, and my friends were huge Bauhaus fans. What's cool about the song, 1979 it was recorded, and the band had only been together for 3 weeks. So this is the first recording session they had done. They did an EP, and this was the single they released. It's a 9.5-minute song.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of instrumental in and out, which is kind of perfect for a trailer.
Yeah.
Just the environment.
Yeah, and the drum is exactly the same pattern throughout the entire song.
Yep.
So you can kind of cut pretty easily from one spot to another.
Yeah.
Be seamless. So it worked mechanically for the trailer. The thing I love about the lyrics, though, so I always thought that the lyric was "I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead," and no, it turns out we looked up the lyrics. It's "undead, undead," and so that was kind of a happy accident.
Yeah.
that's quite cool.
The other thing, though, is just the meaning of Bela Lugosi in the lyrics. So if you don't know, Bela Lugosi is famous for playing Dracula. So famous, in fact, that when you imagine Dracula, you picture
You
Bela
picture him.
Lugosi.
Yeah.
And so when he died, he became immortal. He became undead because he will live forever as in the sort of cultural imagination of what Dracula is. And that goes into a lot of what we think of when we think of Undead Labs as a studio is, you know, sort of tapping into those things that become everlasting.
I love that. And I do love that you have, like, you can feel the employee's personality kind of seeping into the game, like, already. Like, someone just picking a song that they love, that they feel it works. And, like, in that, they've become, to your point, like, immortal. Like, it is just, like, you just feel your passion, your team's passion in the game. And I think that's awesome. And that is a way that we can live for. That's
an interesting comment. I gotta take a shower, but don't worry, Jay, I'm taking you with me. I'm there in spirit with you, my friend. All right? But don't expect me to be scrubbing anything.
Forever, it's like through the art that we make. So
I think that's part of the secret sauce as well for Undead Labs, for the games they've made. Like there's always a bit of something in there, and I think it's just simply that, like, people put themselves into the game a little bit. I don't think we didn't look at other songs really.
No,
just kind of hit.
We pushed it with we worked with a vendor to help produce the trailer, and they're like, no, it's a terrible song. Like, there's no way you should use it. It's 9.5 minutes.
How dare you?
It's from the 70s. Nobody knows it. So, but then they early cut of the trailer played the song over it, and they also like, oh, it completely works. And then we had to approach whoever owns the master at this point on the label, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And to say, can we license the song? And they were into it. So.
Very cool.
Yeah,
maybe we'll get that
can't
bump.
believe we got it.
Yeah, I love it. Maybe we'll get a bump on the charts after the trailer drops.
I was like, give me merch. I want some signed stuff from the band.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I could actually just sit here and we could turn this into a music podcast, which does happen a lot when we're recording Xbox podcasts. We talk about the music. We always go deep. So thank you for sharing. That's really cool. Working through like other aspects of the trailer, because obviously the music, the intro, incredible. What are like the gameplay mechanics that you wanted to be sure to show? Because again, like you said it, like the trailer has to be a minute, like you don't have a ton of time. Did you have to make decisions there of like, what are we going to show?
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, well, so I mean, our game is so big and there's so many different elements that it's hard to compress it all into a 3-minute trailer.
Yeah.
And we knew coming out of this Showcase 24, the last time we showed a trailer, that our community was just clamoring for gameplay. They wanted to see, you know, combat and locomotion
Absolutely.
and, you know, the basics of running around the world. So we knew that we needed a gameplay reveal as part of the trailer. And I think the couple of big ideas were untethered multiplayer co-op, shared world. And so we show 4 characters. One of them is doing something that would happen in any session of State of Decay, which is they're out exploring on their own and they run into trouble and they phone home for help. And their friends, you know, pile into a car and go
get them,
bail them out.
I love
And so that sort of encounter we talked about early, and then that was basically set the script for the trailer.
Totally. Well, and I think that's a good one because like untethered multiplayer, obviously probably one of the most requested things coming out of the last title.
Well, it's really cool. So we've had a player council that's been working with us for about a year.
Yeah.
So these are
Jay, okay, I just realised we're about to get a mention here, and I've paused it just because I've seen Jay show your biceps. Are you a 1-pinter or a 2-pinter? Well, I don't want to brag, but I do have some fucking dumbbells here, boys. All right, rah! I have no idea why I just did that. I don't know, but you know, yeah. When is GTA 6 coming out? We know when GTA 6 coming out. It's coming out in November. Was it 19th? I want to say. I swear it's 19th. Player Council, that's us. I know. We want to get a shout out. Right. Let me go back a bit.
So these are big fans of our game. Some of them are content creators. Some of them are mods in our community, and many of them are like pretty dedicated single player players. And
yeah,
I just said all of us were. Would you say that was fair, Coconut? You say like I say we're pretty single player focused peeps, but then again that would make sense because State of Decay 2, the multiplayer, the co-op, it was a bit shit. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know.
they are like, no, I want to play with my friends now.
Fix your posture. I was trying to stay in the frame of the camera. Just about all of us. Yeah, I thought so.
And because this
That's great.
untethered shared world is the ultimate fulfillment of the fantasy of we are building a base together and we're trying to save these survivors and, you know, keep the night at bay.
right. And there's so many like conscious time decisions you have to make in State of Decay where it's like I need meds, I need food, but I don't only have time to get one right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited about the element of like you get this, I'll get that, but you're doubling your risk of like
We're both out at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Double the chance to flip a car, end up stranded, you know, someone gets mauled. Like it's just it's high risk, high reward, but you're doing it together.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, it's the way that we play here. It's the way that our alpha community is playing with the game now.
Yeah, totally.
So we're finally delivering that experience.
Yeah, way more fun to do that stuff with your friends. Like it just truly is.
I mean, we were talking about it this morning, weren't we? With like some of the alpha players have got like 90 hours in already.
Oh my gosh, for real?
Yeah.
Talking about times, right? Now, I took on Alpha 1, the first Alpha, I took a week off from editing, doing nothing. I just played that game for a week. All right, and I doubled any time I done on it. So I had about 30, I think I put about 35 hours in total across the 5 days I set across, right? Now, one of the players, I don't know if he wants to be named, and he didn't make it out to Seattle, so I'll keep him silent. I'll keep him anonymous. He has spent on Alpha 1 alone 200 hours. 200 hours. Madness. And then Coconut is 160 hours at this point over 160 hours over just the Alpha 1? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I really need to. The problem is I didn't play a lot of Alpha 1 because I was so focused on finishing my video to get up before I went to Seattle. I was like, I haven't got enough time to do this. I was really fucking panicking. But to be fair, also, that video, very impressed with the demographics on it. The statistics on it. Because I posted that literally a week and 2 hours 15 ago. And that's a shame. That's a shame. I thought it would have hit. I thought it might have hit 100k views. It hasn't quite. 97,500 views in a week. That is that's the quickest anything has ever got to that level of viewership. That might become my most viewed video. Genuinely. Kind of crazy. I think it might be a perfect storm of people were expecting State of Decay 3 news. I post a 2-hour video a few days before the showcase, and then the trailer comes out. Admittedly, most of those views came before the showcase, but there's a lot of hype around the release and stuff. So I don't know, maybe kind of crazy. You maybe want to play again. They'll like, oh, thank you very much. I'm glad. It's crazy. People are hungry. They're really hungry for State of Decay 3. Really hungry. So it's going to be cool to see how the people react to the gameplay video. Because again, chat, if you are just tuning in, I have a gameplay video, State of Decay 3, coming out soon. I don't know exactly when. I need to edit it. I need the guys at Undead Labs to watch it and go, yay, nay. Maybe take out the nonce jokes. Do you know what I mean? let's not start a war here. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna fucking no life this edit over the next few days because I'm going out on Saturday. I'm going away Saturday. I'm going canoeing, believe it or not, Saturday. And I'm not back until Sunday, and I'm going to be streaming. So I really need to fucking crack on with this edit tomorrow and Friday.
It's crazy,
awesome.
like in a
Really
week.
positive.
90 hours in a week. Oh,
Yeah, I mean the playtime.
That's awesome.
So I mean we haven't really talked about any of the numbers. We had like a really overwhelming response from the alpha sign up, and there aren't that many people in. So it's the first of several tests. So I would really encourage people that are interested in State of Decay to sign up for playtesting. They can hit our website, stateofdecay.com, and they can sign up there. And we will be hosting a second alpha soon, and then some beta
Pretty
tests
soon as well.
after that on the run to launch in 2027. And so if people want to get in and give us feedback and be a part of shaping what this experience becomes on launch day, they should sign up for playtesting.
heck yeah. You know, it's funny. I'm not the biggest survival game player alone, but as soon as you have some buddies, that is one of the best genres to just go out and play in. I don't know what that is. I think to your point, it's we're just community builders.
We're hardwired that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I will say, as much as we wanted to focus on that, we also started the trailer with just a single player.
Yeah.
And because we want to signal to the audience that this is still a great game to play as a single player experience.
Totally.
And probably a majority of our players will play the game single player. And so it's great to play that way,
Yeah.
but it's also really fun to play with your friends.
You got options.
Yeah, it's great to hear from the alpha players, that ones who want to play single player are saying that they're enjoying the multiplayer.
Yeah, that is cool.
I think because they can get away and do their own thing for a little while and circle back as well. So it's really kind of exciting feedback to be getting this early, I think.
100%. And I think in these kind of games, at least with our group, there are things I like to do in this genre of game, and there are things I just don't like to do that my friends do. And so the ability to kind of I'll go scavenge while you build blank or whatever, you do this, I'll do the other thing. I love that you can do that now in tandem, and it does almost like I said earlier, it just makes the genre more interesting and different, way more dynamic in what you can do, and then you feel like you have a responsibility to the community. I have to go clear this plague heart, that's my job to do, while someone goes and does something else.
Yeah, exactly. And if you mess up, they got to drop what they're doing and come
help you, or not. It depends how good your friends are, but hopefully they're coming in that car. Speaking of which, the SUV in the trailer looks awesome. Would love to talk about vehicles a little bit and how they've changed in the new title.
Well, one of the things that we looked at in our player data from State of Decay 2 is how much people drive. And
okay.
Our game's kind of a sneaky driving game. It's about 20 to 30% of the play time is in a car in State of Decay 2. And I think one of the unintended consequences of delivering a much
It's funny actually because I was told that statistic. I can't say the word statistic. I was told that statistic a little while ago, and it surprised me. But also, it does kind of make sense because you don't really expand out via walking because, do you know what I mean? You need to travel distance to get big stuff, especially because you're limited on what you can have, especially in terms of a resource. You can only have a resource rucksack on your shoulders, and then especially in lethal, you can only have X amount of stuff, and most of that is going to be to keep you alive. You're not going to be grabbing anything. Anyway, I'm rambling. We should really
bigger world in State of Decay 3 is you spend a lot more time in a car.
Sure.
And So we knew the driving experience had to be great, and we wanted not just to put like 200 different cars in the game. We wanted the vehicles to feel really distinctive and sort of utilitarian oriented. So like there's going to be a sedan that lets me go fast and has good gas mileage. There's going to be an SUV that is good off-road and has maybe good storage capacity, but not the best gas mileage. There's a cargo van that's going to allow me to just load tons of stuff in it.
Nice. Yeah.
And terrible
Yeah,
fuel economy.
pick your poison.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, cars
Hey, thank you for the new follower.
are sort of a hero in the world just as much as the players are, and they're sort of your mobile base. Like this is your sanctuary when you're out in the world. Like you get rocked by some zombies, you're like hustling back to the car, trying to make a dash out of there. We also show there's a little bit of mud accumulation on it. That particular one is skinned. You want to talk about the skin on that?
At the time when we were making the trailer, we've started developing skins, for the different vehicles, for the characters, for the backpacks, all the gear and stuff. So that just happened to be one of the ones that we'd done as a test.
Oh, nice.
If the hardcore,
there you go. You can see the Nomad. Doesn't quite look like this. The one in the trailer and the one that I use in a video that's coming very soon has a different skin on it. Isn't it? I don't think. Is this a skin? I suppose it could be a skin, but it's got a different paint job. A different paint job.
Looking at, they might see something that looks like Red Talon on the side.
Okay.
It's not like Red Talon's going to be like a big part, but it's just part of that same thing again. Like
it's a nice nod.
Part of the world.
It's just like when we talk about stuff as artists and designers and stuff, we're just sort of like, what would be left over in this world? What if? Oh, if we got that? What if and you just sort of we just play in there, and that was one of those skins that we had, and it looked pretty cool.
Be interesting to see if people can, because you brought up earlier in the interview like that people are going to watch it like 100 times, 1,000 times, like on YouTube after a showcase. I'm curious between this podcast and the announce, like what people are going to catch in the trailer.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
I looked at it actually this morning again and just peeked, and there's a lot of mud on there, so they might not really pick it up, but you can just see it on the hood, so I think some folks will notice. But the boombox, which is part of like the place.
It's funny that got mentioned, right? Because I'd seen that trailer a few times, and I didn't notice it was a Red Talon skin. I also didn't notice it was the same skin as the car that I drive, or I find a drive in the State of Decay 3 gameplay video that's just coming very soon. I've recorded gameplay. I've said it a few times. I'll say it again. Subscribe is coming. I didn't realize. I think was it Coconut who said it. I didn't because of the mud. I love that feature though, that you drive it off road and get mudded. Fantastic. This is also really cool as well. The obviously the concept art of the bit that started the trailer.
And throwables, and then the weapon design, like the melee and the range, is really, really good. And the vehicles are sort of the grand finale of all that stuff.
Nice.
And I think we've got a really,
barbed wire
really
on the
good team
thing as well.
on that stuff, and the design of them. We've sort of gone deeper.
Nice. Well, if you don't look good doing something, what's even the point? I mean, that's my motto. And so with that in mind, I do want to ask, like we talked about cars, is there going to be awesome outfits again for your people? Can I play dolls a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. That was my morning this morning. Like we're working on that stuff. Yeah,
that's so funny.
Good.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
We were really surprised again in our player data to see how many players went into the closet feature and customized their character appearance. Post-launch, it was like 30% of our daily active users would go into the closet and customize character appearance.
Yeah.
And so
it's an important thing though. You've got to be able to customize your character. To put your own spin on things as well for a start, make them look cool as fuck, make them look as daft as you want. You know what I mean? Like how many times you see me run around in an animal hoodie? It's a very important part of the game. I haven't seen any of the customization, so I can't talk about it. Ultimately, you can't leak something that you don't know of. But I would like a more elemented section. Like in other games, you'd like I'll customize the hat, the t-shirt, the jacket, the trousers, trainers, whatever. I'd like that kind of thing rather than just this is this outfit, this is that outfit. But again, I don't know.
We're getting clothing into the game. Stacy's doing a lot of the design of costuming, and it's very cool.
Thank you, Stacy.
Yeah, and it's wide too. Like if you're into military type stuff, that'll exist. If you're into just sort of crazy fashion stuff, like there's just
Seattle flannels probably.
Yeah, it's community, right?
I do like this jacket. I like the is it fur lined or I don't sheepskin lined? I like that. It reminds me. It's quite Rick from The Walking Dead. Do you know what I mean? Like season. It's not. I don't think it's a leather one, admittedly, but it's like season 4.5 onwards. Do you get me?
It's just, it should be
Allow players to express themselves.
yeah. So you know, we sort of work less in real specifics and more in just sort of broad tones and stuff. And what's fun about that too is it lets each artist sort of bring a bit of themselves and stuff.
Yeah.
So we get this sort of variety.
That's cool.
stuff.
Yeah,
So,
just a diverse amount of clothing.
And it makes it fun for us because we don't get burnt out on it. We're not doing the same stuff all the time. It's just we're playing in this world all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, and the clothing system has to work with our procedurally generated characters. And so every character in the world is assembled. And so there's really no two of the same.
We design stuff that we like, and then we end up with things we didn't design that we like more.
Cool.
You know, it's
Happy accidents.
Yeah, and I think the whole thing contributes.
I like that idea. So over on Twitch, Keeper, and I know the Plague Smoke probably doesn't do anything, but I would love a gas mask customization. Now, I'd like a gas mask. That would be cool. And you could also have it featured of like, obviously the Plague miasma doesn't do it stuff. But there are other things that could potentially thingy, and you could have a gas mask to protect you. That would be quite a cool thing. Also, thank you very much, Night Fan, for the $5. What a hero. Hi, Jay. Haven't been in one of your live streams in a bit. Well, welcome. Settle in. We're watching, probably watch the end of this. So what we got? Another just under 20 minutes or so, and then we'll be calling it a day. But hey, stick around, go back and watch anything you've missed. We've had a fucking long chat. I wasn't expecting to be live for this long, I'll be honest with you, but it's been a good stream, chat.
It's been a look that feels pretty ownable to State of Decay. And like something we talk about a lot is you should be able to see a screenshot from our game and be able to, without a logo on the corner of it, be able to know that it comes from State of Decay. So places like where all of this design touches characters or clothing or vehicles or weapons or backpacks is a way that we have a ownable and specific artistic expression that makes it like identifiable as a State of Decay thing.
See, that's so talking about clothing now, Coconut in chat. We are in for some very special outfits and customization was one of my big focuses while I was at the lab. That's cool, because that's good, because I didn't see any of that. And it's one of the things that I never messed about with when we had access to the developer menu. Because I think you could change clothes with the dev menu, right? On that note, I'm out. Have a great stream. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for tuning in, man. But like, I was more focused. I want to know the gameplay is good. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of the outfits. It's kind of like the secondary thought in my head, because obviously, don't get me wrong. I like the theme, like my playthroughs, but I want to be able to like. Don't want to have to. No, I just basically you only get a limited amount of time. I want to see the gameplay. Early stuff, I'm not really that bothered about.
Obviously,
outfits.
the trailer, you see a lot of different locations, contrasting locations, some really beautiful shots, some really, really dreary ones. I would love to talk a little bit about your location choices as well as the settlements we're going to be staying in.
Yeah, I mean, one of the challenges of making a trailer.
So, do we get to create our own characters or change their names, or is it pre-gen? No, it's as far as I'm aware, it's pre-gen. It's procedurally generated, same as in 2 random characters. I do hope that they'll add like a feature that you can at least create your own nickname, because I feel like that's something that's if you meet like new people and like maybe they'll give you a nickname or you'll give nicknames to other people, I think that would be quite a cool element. But no, I don't think they'll be adding like a create your own character style thing. It's not within the way they look at it, I guess. Does that make sense? No character creation. Oh, there we go. No character creation at all. Philip confirmed it. There we go. Sinister. Have you watched ahead? Or did I miss that?
Is like you're building this out of a game in development, and
Yeah, that's fascinating. I never thought about that, in like the fact that you're developing this trailer while you're developing the game.
Yeah.
Right. I never thought about those aspects, especially in an open world game.
You can't just say, oh, that bit's done, don't work on it. Like, we try to do that, but if someone, because it's all system based, if someone's working on foliage or a shader change or weather change or an infestation, all these system things, they are going to make a change in that area. So it's.
Yeah.
So we picked the Chemical Factory because it was done, but also it was the first one that was done for.
Okay, cool. So they've called it a name. I wasn't sure if they were going to call it a name, but this is one of the coolest fucking places to explore. There's another cool place that I've seen a little bit of, but I never actually got to explore it in my gameplay. But I'm very much looking forward to that. That's coming in Alpha 2. That's also really cool. But I just love like something like this, it's so open-ended and so detailed in like a way of going, okay, I can go in this way, but next time I could come in this way or go in this way, and it's the POIs, mwah, very, very good, very
reason,
good.
like it's a cool place, you know, and it's big and it's got this huge tower
Yeah.
and with the plume that comes off of it, the miasma, the red cloud, you know, so it's a really dramatic setting. So we thought, you know, it served the need of the trailer visually, aesthetically. And then we had a choice to make about a settlement to include. So as the guy phones home and he needs help from his friends, they gear up at their home base, and there's a lot of bases to choose from in the game.
Yeah.
But we picked one. We picked this place called Wind City. It's up on a hill. It's got a wind turbine, and it was like a former like wind power generator. And there's a settlement built around it now, and they get
Also
free
the name of
power
the
out of the settlement.
of the name of the show.
Nice.
So it just
Wind City.
shows
Cool,
that
cool, cool.
the settlements have, many of them have a benefit from their prior life that now impacts the
Right.
facility choices. that
So
you
it's
have.
not just aesthetic I now have to worry about. It's like, oh, and also like this benefit. What benefit do I want right out the gates?
Yeah, yeah. So, but sometimes, you know, you pick a settlement based on where it is in the map and what you're
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to get done in the map. Yeah, so anyway, those we made those choices pretty
Yeah.
early on.
Windy
shows
City
us.
was a good aesthetic choice too, because like the chemical factory is sort of like a bit deep and cavernous
And dark.
and dark, and the Windy City is up on the
Yeah,
expanse
yeah,
of the hill, and
contrast.
it's sort of a bit of opportunity to show the expanse of the world a little
Totally.
bit too. So it's
It's
just sort
expansive.
of. I mean, we have a lot of different settlements with a lot of different personality, but that one just sort of had the right
Yeah, the right
mix
vibe.
for the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, the contrast between the two is smart.
It's also aspirational looking, just with the big tower and
It
the
is.
cables
It's
and-
hopeful. Yeah.
yeah, it's got
Yeah.
that hope to it. So, yeah, it was kind of a decent choice out of a bunch of good choices we could have made, but I think that one sort of just worked.
It's
for
cool.
The trailer.
It's
yeah,
a
so
cool place.
I think we showed some. I'm just thinking of other locations too, like Caroline is in there, the town.
That's a
Yeah,
cool
for-
shot. That is a cool shot, right? Look at that. I know this is. I think this might be pre-rendered, like an artist representation of it, because I don't remember seeing it mounted in the background. But like, look at that. Oh, Night Fan, thank you for the gifted membership. What a legend. Like, look how cool. Like, I love a mountain that's covered in trees like that. I know it sounds daft, but there's a lot of these kind of trees.
Yeah, for the I
love
want
it.
like, are people going to figure out who Caroline is?
Oh yeah, right.
Concept art. Yeah,
Actually,
there you go.
It
Yeah.
can be a person. It could be it could be a
But
dog.
it's
can
it's
be a
probably
place.
someone lost in the apocalypse, or maybe it predates that. But I do love that.
Yeah,
Or it could be a community.
but it's sentimental.
Oh,
like
damn.
it's personal.
I mean, it's on a bomb.
True. Yeah, that's
Somebody
true.
picked the tape for the bomb. They're blowing something up.
Yeah, sort
Oh,
of vengeance with love.
I didn't even think about that. Oh man. Yeah, I
we,
love
and
that.
we
Okay.
changed that name pretty close to the end. Actually,
Yeah, we did. It went through a couple different iterations. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
so
right.
Caroline's a town.
Caroline's a town. Wyatt's a town. There's a shot where you're looking
Wyatt.
over sort of a town. That's Wyatt, and then I think there's the Juno gas station, which is just outside of Wyatt. So there's those locations.
And I love
It
her as
is-
well. The towns, which like State of Decay 2 didn't really have town other than downtown Marshall. That was quite towny, but like there wasn't really towns as such. But this, there are like, and I'll be honest, I was surprised by how built up of a town they were. I didn't think they would be that big, but it's really sort of impressive, the expanse of like buildings and stuff. And I wouldn't say there's a more verticality in like some of the design choices rather than, you know, in 2, let's be honest, you had a handful of buildings you go upstairs in, you know?
A bit of a greatest hits. It's almost like a quick montage of a day in the life of someone in this world, and it's not ideal. You know, there's a lot they have to contend with, but it is stunning.
yeah.
I think the other thing that we had to make creative choices on was time of day and its progression through the trailer. We also transitioned from a clear evening to a rainy night. We're showing weather for the first time.
We've got weather, we got time of day, we've got.
Oh,
loads
is
of
the weather
different
going to
skies and
impact
stuff.
things like more than just like audio and sound? Like, are we going to see it affect the world around us a little bit? Like, are we easier to be seen, or I'm sorry, the opposite? Would it be harder to be seen in rain or anything?
Well,
like that?
so like everything in State of Decay, weather is built on a system,
Yeah.
which means that it can interact with any other system in the world.
Okay, cool.
So we can't really make any commitments about whether weather will impact gameplay in those ways at launch, but it's built in a way that it will. And so it doesn't make it for launch; it'll make it later as we support the game.
Oh, that's exciting.
post-launch.
Okay, that's
I mean, I
interesting.
love
That's like a diplomatic answer. I like that. So basically, the weather will. I suppose that's kind of like the curveball. You know, I mean, you get Smokestorm in State of Decay 2, and suddenly you can't see where you're going. Or maybe that's what he's on about. Interesting. The road side with Caroline and Clearwater on it too. Wow,
It's a breathing
Clearwater is a
game.
good-looking town.
Unlike the zombies.
You might see it very soon.
Was we talked about, resource gathering and vehicle customization, player customization, like the sense of community and hope. But the one thing we haven't dove into yet a ton is what we're fighting against. The Plague War, I'd love to talk about that a little bit. We saw some of the enemies in the trailer, but we talk about like who we saw and maybe who we haven't seen, if you can tease that.
I mean, it's a zombie game, so there's a lot of zombies.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Like,
Could have
so
guessed.
what happens in our game, because it's so systemic, is the story is really the player's journey. And so we don't have to impose a story over it because every playthrough is different. What you experience is going to be different than I. When we play together, that's going to be different. And so one of the things you see is a difference between what we call an old zombie and a fresh one. So we're years in.
Yeah.
And so some of the zombies that were
Not looking great.
infected years ago are still around. And they shamble pretty slowly, they're slow and they're desiccated. And slowing down. And then the fresh ones are a little bit more, have more vigor. So that's a difference. And then, of course, we highlight the feral and especially the bloater.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Sort of the bloater's trailer, almost in a way.
For sure.
And, there's this old expression that a creature is a feature. And so you start to think about, like, what does it do? What are its behaviors?
Yeah.
And then how do those impact the other systems that are in the game? So, as an example, he spews out his bile, and if you have a Molotov, you can catch that on fire, and then you get these chain reactions of these pools of bile on the ground that are flammable.
Yeah.
But
wonderful
then all of that has to get, I think, put into a package by the art
I've seen
team
that.
that conveys the sort of what the functionality of this creature and
Yeah, you
the
thinking about
horror.
its behavior?
Let's just pause that real there a second, because this reveals stuff that I can talk about, right? Because this tells a story. This tells you the story of Big Boy the Bloater. That was his nickname before he, died and become whatever the fuck this is. He starts off as a skinny man walking driveled across the world. He spots you as the player. I hate you. I'm gonna fill up my shit. I don't know what's turning into that. It's a lot of calories burning up there, and he goes, fucking have it, you bastard. You dodge out the way. You go, fucking, what the fucking hell was that? That fucking, it skinned me. That fucking shit burned. Ow. All of a sudden, he's like, oh, you know what? That didn't work. I'm gonna fucking fills up even more, and he fucking charges at you. Fucking come here, you bastard. Boom. Pop. Bam. Does he just dive? Does he rip himself in two? Does he just go, Wah? Does he fucking explode? You know what I mean? Look at that. Also, I just noticed the little dancey squat he's doing there. Fucking hell, I feel sorry for the artist that's got to draw a bloater's crack.
And stuff when you're
it's behavior, it's balance. When you're in the infestation, it can be pretty intense, just atmospherically and the colors and stuff. So getting the bloater to stand out, just color wise.
Look at that. Look at that. It's so sinister. Look at it. I love the detail as well, though. That is insane. And that's how it looks as well. It's kind of crazy.
Animation team has done a
I actually might want to upgrade my monitor before I play, because bear in mind, I played when I was in Seattle, and Sinister Plague, thank you for 10 gifted memberships. Oh my god, thank you very much, Night Fan. What a hero. Oh bloody hell. Thank you for the 10 gifted, Night Fan. You fucking legend. Oh my god. Yeah, massive upgrade from 2. It 100% is a massive upgrade. Absolutely. What was I saying then? I don't know. I can't remember. Fuck, I just got surprised. Oh, right, about the monitor. Right, when I was playing in Seattle, they've got better monitors than I have a screen. My screen's 4K, but it's not OLED. And they were and the blacks were so black and so deep, and it was I was like, oh my god, this looks even better. I'm like, I might need to upgrade my monitor. But luckily, it's not coming out till next year, so I've got some time. I've got some time. I'm thinking about ways I can update my setup and change things about. I might move my desk over that side. Don't know, but that's not important for you. You know what I mean? I'm a little disappointed they didn't see any cities. There won't be cities in State of Decay because you think in State of Decay 2 you can explore pretty much every building. There's a couple of trailers which you can't, but like that's being able to explore all those kind of skyscrapers. One is gonna be boring because do you know what I mean? You go so far up a skyscraper. Do you really want to see 50 floors of a building? I don't think you do. I think towns is definitely the better way of doing it, because otherwise you're gonna have to lock off buildings. You're not gonna be able to explore every building. Why do you think you can't go into every building in like GTA 4, for example, GTA 5, maybe even GTA 6? Who knows?
Great job of like differentiating the poses. So if you're seeing it from a distance with a silhouette, you can see it's sort of its intention from afar and stuff. So just like all those things, and one of the really great things that's been happening, I think, is our design team and our animation team are really tight on this stuff. So the things the designers want and how their sort of behaviors are coming together, it's been really good. And then the VFX team has just been wrapping a bow around that stuff. And
very cool.
The bloater, I think, is the first one where we're like, oh, there's the package. A little bit. And we were seeing sort of the bloater do its behavior as we intended. And this is the sort of exciting part about a game like this, is you build all these systems and then they start to speak to each other. And, you get those moments where the bloater is spewing out its sort of gas and it's volatile.
That's such a
and
cool shot.
Like Philip said, has got a Molotov and it ignites, and then that ignites a zombie that's next to it. And just get this chain of events that
beautiful chaos.
And things like that start happening. So it's just
it leads to a really unscripted experience, right?
Right.
It's very dynamic.
And that's and moment to moment, like that the dynamic of that is like the best part of these games. It's just like you make a memory, right? A clip, a memory, like a moment with your friends that is. Yeah, you accidentally set your buddy on fire because he happened to be covered in bile.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It happens. I've set myself on fire and it fucking hurts. Jesus Christ. Be careful with
That's gonna happen day one.
Like the Juggernaut and the Feral and the Bloater and the Screamer, they all play off of each other really well.
Cool.
So I mean, when they start coming together, it's just
Well, and then we haven't talked about the Plague Nest itself.
Yeah.
And so in State of Decay 2, the Plague Heart was sort of the biggest, baddest thing that you would encounter, and it's this giant meat pinata, I guess. You
Pretty
just bang
much,
on it
yeah.
until you get some spoils. But those are just like now nodes on this network that lead you to this massive infestation.
the J special.
Yeah, so the size of these
Glad I have a
infestations
special
is like
named after me.
4, 5, 6 times bigger than you can imagine from a Plague Heart. And
That's awesome.
and there's blister nodes that will pop and blow up and spew gas, and there's spitters, and there's all these different elements to this gunk, this biologic mass that's trying to kill you, and it's sending its forces towards your door, so you can't just ignore it.
It's a war. I mean,
the world will burn if you do not prevent it.
So you really got to work at like fighting back this network.
Yeah, and what I think the really cool balance is, like, am I strong enough to go take on one of these plague nests? And if so, maybe I need to get a little bit stronger and get some better weapons and more firepower. But if I wait too long, this thing's getting stronger as I'm getting stronger.
Right.
So like, when do I I have to go take it on when I'm maybe not quite ready?
Yeah.
So
you send your buddy to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
you got it. You got it.
So it's a little bit like a raid. Like, let's gear up tonight and we're gonna go take out a nest.
I love it. I mean, I mean that's like the fun part, is like we're building towards something, and what is that? It's to take on like the biggest threats in the game, and you're gonna need grenades or Molotovs. You're gonna need ammo, a ton of meds, a getaway car. A friend that's not gonna bail on you in the worst time. And
maybe you got to pull out. Maybe you can't take it down in one go, and you got to go regroup.
Absolutely.
Change out some characters and do some healing and get some fresh ammo. And
that's such the dance of State of Decay. It's like, oh, my guy's tired, but maybe one more building. One more building.
And even if with your best laid plan, and if you sort of have a good idea of the layout of this thing, you still don't know what might happen who's going to come through the door or who's going to come around the corner and how they're going to mix with the other freaks.
Oh no, a feral.
Yeah,
So, everyone's, I think, is going to have a pretty different experience when they're playing these things. So.
Oh my God. I'm so excited, you guys. Genuinely appreciate the conversation today. Like, as a fan, so looking forward to this game. So grateful to just get to talk to y'all today about it. State of Decay 3 coming in 2027. It's going to be available on Xbox Series X, S, and PC. It's Game Pass day one and Xbox Play Anywhere, which is like my favorite feature. But I got to ask you guys, what are you most excited for fans to jump in? And
Wow, that's a big question. He's just done his outro there, bear in mind, right? We're only 34 minutes into a 39-minute video. So this next question, I can see what you're most excited for. They're obviously very excited because it takes up, a sixth of the video. That's a good
experience
chunk.
in State of Decay 3.
I think my first thought is the things we haven't
Anticipated.
yeah.
Yeah.
This just flashed into my brain, actually, which was ages ago, but this was when you're working on an open world game for a long time, it's just taken from you and doesn't give you anything back because they're hard to build. Like, you're waiting for these systems to come together, and there was a
You need
moment,
all of them, really.
yeah, so it's just not working for a long time. And there was a moment I remember when someone blew apart a zombie or something, and this might have been a bug, but its forearm stuck in the chain link fence. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Waving goodbye,
It was just like this weird little moment that wasn't like, no one said,
Let's make that happen.
let's make that happen.
it
That's
just
not a
does.
plan or anything. And there's probably a bug, but I was like, oh, that is so cool. And lighting lead, Adam, he's
Night fan,
often will
again,
send
thank
out
you
these
so much
video-
for the 5 gifted. What a fucking legend. Bloody, that's what, 16, 17 donated out? What a legend. Thanks so much, my friend. Oh my God. I just got you. Do you think State of Decay 3 is going to be on par or better than 2? I think State of Decay 3 will be infinitely better than 2. Absolutely. 3 is good. It's really good. And it's not finished. It's only going to get better. And I love it.
and they just have these amazing atmosphere. Like, he'll have a fight. I remember that one he sent where,
Juggernaut in the swamp.
yeah, it was in the swamp. It was misty.
night.
It was raining. He had Molotovs. There was a jug in there. There's water. Like, it's having this whole experience and stuff. So I think
All the mechanics coming together, like you said.
Yeah, so I think we try and sort of set the table and design stuff and create the circumstances, but then something's going to happen, and I think folks are going to have their own adventures. So it's the unknown as well.
We'll put it through its paces. I can promise you that. Yeah.
I think it's a great answer, and I would so just to offer maybe a different perspective. We were talking earlier about the shot of the train engine sort of derailed, and just this beautiful little moment. And one of my favorite State of Decay experiences actually was several years ago. Was with Joe, and I was really trying to learn the game, and I would play with him a lot. And he's like got, I don't know, 5,000 hours in the game or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
So
Some light.
so we would play together, and he's like.
So Joe was who I played with when I appeared on the developer stream a few years back. Cool guy. He's the one who told me about there's an animation which a lot of people miss, right? If you lose your door and a zombie clings on to it to try and pull you out, there's an animation that happens if you press Y, and you sort of fight them off. And nobody realized, and I was like, "Oh my God, that was the first time I've ever seen it." And I've noticed it since playing with it. It's a really cool feature. You check it out. You'll see.
Like, follow me, and we climbed up on this roof, and just as the sun rose, and he's like, "This is my favorite spot." And yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, so there's these pockets all over the world that we still keep finding, and because the world's so much bigger than it was before, and where you can sort of like, there's set dressing, and there's this time of day, and there's the story that plays out between you and your community of survivors, the story between you and your friend playing together, that has this whole other kind of emotional meaning that sits on top of the game.
100%. Yeah. Got to find the beautiful moments, and like I love the game with Joe. That's exactly my space. Like, I love exploring the world like that.
One of the hard things about the trailer, actually, because it was hard not to be like, can we show this? Can we do this?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and just.
No matter how many set pieces you set up or things that you're like, this is the shot. Like, I will say, like, especially in open world games, sometimes you just make a left turn on a road and you're rolling into a town. And it's like, oh shit, this looks great. You know, or like, wow, I am immersed.
Yeah.
And so it's always just like, for me, it's always the places you don't expect, right? You just make a turn and all of a sudden, wow, this is cool.
Yeah,
You know,
and
this
that's
is
the
nice
fun
to-
stuff. Like and again, it's sort of, I think, what makes it fun to develop. You don't run out of steam because you keep finding stuff.
Yeah,
like there's a
Keep us
come to
engaged.
work and there's a discovery to it. Which is sort of how the team rolls a little bit, which
Yeah,
keeps the love in there.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, any final parting words for the community before I let you guys get back to work?
I've said this before, I'll say it again. Like, we just would not be here without our community. And, community as survival is a way that we think about our game, but it's also a way that we think about the studio and our relationship to our audience. And, State of Decay 1 was a pretty humble game. It was Xbox Live Arcade, and, there was not a lot of, I think, understanding of what it could become. And here we are all these years later, and built on the back of fan support. And so we just always have tried to hold on to that notion that we're here because we have an audience of people that love our game.
Yeah. Anything to add?
No, I mean, I think just with that as well is just we're listening to the audience too, and we're going to be working on this for a while. It's going to be a live game, and just like State of Decay 2 did, if you look at it from the start to where it ended, went through a lot of changes. So who knows?
Yeah, totally.
Where it's going to be. I mean, it's just like we've.
That's a really good point. So to say, it's effectively just saying the game is going to be supported after launch, and very much so. It's always great to hear, but one thing I do hope that they show as the game is coming closer to launch is the the map of what's coming, so people can see, oh, over the next 6 months we're getting this. Oh my god, that's actually a lot of stuff. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping for. Whether it will, who knows? I don't know. But very much looking forward to, even after the game goes live, the post-launch is going to be sick as well.
Sort of with where we're at now, like I'm changing the narrative a little bit as I'm talking to the team as like, oh, like we've got to hit this date and time. It's like, that's not really the end, it's the start.
Totally.
The development of the game, and a big part of that is the community.
Yeah,
Being engaged and seeing what they're liking and then investing in that too, and the same way we do.
Yeah, 100%. Well, you got me and so many community members joining the ride day one, I'm sure. Wayne, Philip, thank you guys so much for the time today.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah, our pleasure.
Thank you.
And that wraps up this episode of the official Xbox Podcast. A
Look at that view, man. What a sick view.
massive thank you to the folks at Undead Labs for having us, and for
Right.
Philip and Wayne for joining us. State of Decay 3.
Where's that? There we go. Right, chat. That is the end of that. Thank you very much. I hope you have all enjoyed all of the State of Decay 3 stuff we've covered today. The stories from Seattle, the trailer, the Xbox Wire, the podcast. State of Decay 3 is coming. It's gonna be a great game. What I've seen of it is very, very good. Hello Philip, how's it going? Just as we're about to end the end the stream. Thanks for tuning in, man. I hope what you have seen you enjoyed, and I hope I didn't give anything away. Chat, I do appreciate. Thanks, fan. Oh my god, thank you for the $20. What a bloody hero. This game looks and sounds amazing. Can't wait. Honestly, it's amazing. I've got a gameplay video coming, hopefully sometime soon. It's gonna be sick. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.